Oh, brown and gray. I saw your plan. I just haven't had the chance to like dedicate like brain cells to it.
No, that's okay.
Give me. I actually have the MDW open right now, and I'm trying to fucking collect information. And then oh my god. Let me just pause this. Let's talk.
Okay. No, I know it's a lot. But
let me read what you wrote.
Yeah, I'm gonna read you what I wrote, and
okay.
I plan on. I need to get this posted to the docket, probably like ASAP.
Okay.
So let me read you what I put out. Okay, so I said, in regards to the defense motion to dismiss, based. Oh, hold on, let me.
Hold on, I need to read your stuff from yesterday.
I can read it out loud if you like. That way, if you want to do that, I can just read out loud.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So you want me to read out loud what I plan on posting today, or then I can, because this is pretty much like.
Let me read your prosecution plan, because I think that will make your response faster, like make more sense.
Yeah, the prosecution plan is very, very still being worked on, but I literally did everything I could. I've been trying to get this done ASAP. I've just been kind of writer's block on actually writing the response to their request to dismiss. So it's like I'm trying. So it's just a lot. I just didn't know how to respond to their motion to dismiss. But I think what I have right now is the best.
It's hard to focus on one thing when you have ACDC. I get it, dude.
Trying.
Dude, you know what? I arrested a guy earlier that had ACDC pills.
Oh, you did? Jesus.
You can get them from Better Life.
I thought you could only get Oxy from Better Life. I guess they have other things too.
Maybe it's the same thing.
Hey, by the way, Jeff, real quick, do you have access to the SRU budget?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, we're good then.
You need help with something?
No, I was just asking. I can basically I posted in the first email, but I purchased another 100 advance for us since we were all out. So I posted the receipt in there and everything.
Okay, I can pay you out.
I don't know if Snow was. I didn't know if you had access to it or not.
Yeah. Did Snow already go 42?
I'm not sure. That's why I was asking now, just in case I could try to go to him and ask
After
about
this, I'll take care of you. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about your plan for your response.
Okay, so what I'm planning on posting right now is the following, verbatim. In regards to the defense's motion to dismiss based on statute of limitations, we ask that the courts deny this motion and proceed with scheduling. We would like to point out that the discovery of the MRL website and MRL evidence showing Octavio Stenberg's illegal earnings was discovered by the Unified Police Department on August 26, 2022. Well under 60 days from this case was up on the docket. We would also like to point out that although some reports were filed beyond 6 days, we do not intend on filing criminal charges based on these reports on the defense and intend to go after the defense's assets and money as stated via the original docket post of this case. The prosecution would ask that we are allowed to present the full evidence and articulation of this case and in court, and like previously said, deny the motion to dismiss. That's what I have.
It's beautiful.
Okay. I don't know. I can wait till the end of the day to try to hear back from Knight and Angel, but I just don't.
Let me see what the.
I feel like we're getting close to like them.
Like their opinion. Let's just put it.
Okay. Yeah, because I talked with Knight and Angel yesterday, and they were saying how like I need to move quickly, and I would love for them to get their opinions on it. And I think so.
No, get her opinion. I don't think she knows whether or not she can weigh in on this.
Hey, Copper.
Hey, can you come into the council room?
I can in like 5 minutes because I'm at the courthouse was helping somebody lock down a house.
Okay. If you're writing with someone else, are you?
No, not really. I was just we were chatting about something and they're like, all right, we'll just come with us while we do this. So.
Okay. I need for the court case for Octavio Steinberg, I want you to read what Suarez's rebuttal is going to be to the court docket posting where they said that this was over 60 days. We want to hear your opinion because we haven't heard anything back from Knight and Angel, and time is ticking.
Yeah, let me see if I can get it right over there. Or I can just grab like
30 minutes at most.
Yeah, we're trying to get
Here,
this
can
posted
you-
like ASAP.
Yeah, I'll be there in like 5 minutes. Maddie, can you take me back to MRPD, please? Yeah, I need to go to a meeting real quick. I'll be there in like 2 minutes, Copper.
Okay, 2 minutes for us. All right, see you.
Yeah.
Okay. I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like the cars are very like gonna be hard to go after here. I'll be honest, but the money I feel very good about, and that's why I feel like the money was a very small portion of their request to dismiss.
Oh fuck, dude.
I talked with Angel and Knight yesterday too, by the way, about what Angel exactly was like meaning and stuff. Basically, we're trying to prove that he purchased the cars with illegal money, is what she said.
Yes. So we need to, and we can articulate
like,
that with the book.
How am I meant to prove that he purchased those cars via illegal money if those cars are worth more than what he made illegally? Or am I meant to say, I meant to prove that, like, since he made this money from MRL Season 2 playoffs and there's a Season 1 playoffs, well, I don't know. I don't know if there's really any solid thing I could follow through with the cars. Like
I know what Angel is after, and maybe we're just too dense to like get it. I guess there must be some kind of concrete way of connecting the two, but we don't have that because the court is going to want some kind of physical receipt or something like that, and that just doesn't exist. Hold on. Hey, what's up, Fury?
Hey, you busy?
I'm having a meeting with Suarez about the docket for Octavio. Do you want to come up here?
Yeah, sure.
We're in the council room.
Council room?
Yeah.
Oh, I just got it. Okay, I'll be there.
Okay.
There's also a couple things where I stated in the report we believe to be Goofy, right, where it's like photos of him. I don't know if I should. I mean, if the word believed is gonna make my case weaker, because he is wearing a mask, so that's why I put believe, but I intended to try to prove it in court that is him by asking witnesses, by you
can
and other people
that.
who know what Goofy looks like. Yeah.
Rephrase that as in my professional opinion, this is the typical garb of Goofy based on previous arrests and experience of like conversations and stuff.
Okay, I don't know if I can just do that while the case is ongoing, or if I need to like edit the actual thing and change those words for all the times I said it, which it looks like I said it like 2 times, I think. But
well,
I intend to prove that
honestly,
like, that's
it's
him.
under your belief, and your belief is based on your professional experience, right?
Yeah, I
So
don't think it's too big of a deal.
That could, I mean, if they're like, okay, well, we're not here to hear about your faith system. It's like, well, your beliefs are based on what you witness as an officer and in your experience with this person.
Yeah, based on my training and experience, this is believed to be Goofy. Then I'll proceed to like call anybody who I need to get a list of like every SRU member that knows what Goofy looks like his typical garb, and that like if I present a picture to the court, which I have in evidence right now, like a picture of him in his redline garb with his Goofy hat on next to a white LFA, I want to call every witness I can to prove that is him, regardless of him having a mask on, because that's his typical garb. That's what he wears. And I guess the only concern I would think is like the defense would probably say like, well, how do you know this? Have you caught him before in that exact garb? I don't know if we have caught him before in that exact garb, but
I need to see what the garb is, because I have personally kidnapped him. For a birthday party. It was his birthday.
Okay, it's the red line garb with his Goofy hat on, with like the Goofy, like the biker helmet, like all black, but he's got like the Goofy thing on the shield, like on the front shield, and then the Goofy, the chest piece on the top, the green one. That's what it is.
There's also one where he wears like a white button-up shirt, long sleeves, regular jeans, and a regular motorcycle helmet, or the Goofy motorcycle helmet. That was his previous wear before he started wearing redline stuff.
Okay, I think these photos are the photos that we have in evidence right now are the ones in his redline garb.
Good luck with that.
I don't think we got any photos, at least after certain reports. I didn't find any photos of him in his like white button-up shirt, just in his redline garb with his Goofy
with
helmet
and
on.
without his mask. A magnitude of
actually,
times.
Fear, are you on
Bitch.
the witness list right now?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I put you on there. Okay, I need to.
Honestly, we could identify him by his driving too. Easily.
Goes for the hills.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
How he takes corners, his lines specifically.
okay. The biggest goal I have is
Oh yeah.
I want to.
Oh
if
yeah,
we
drift
can
ID.
prove that that's him at that MRL race, the one that happened at the Meriwether docks. That was within 60 days. Those photos were taken within 60 days. And the defense goes on to say like stuff like, "Oh, this is not related to Octavio Stenberg. We arrested Finley Aiken," which we did, but there's photos in that report that have Goofy in his redline garb there at the meet. So if we could place him there, that proves that he was involved in an MRL race, because that day we also have, I believe we should have, hold on. I'm also going to motion to add into evidence the Hardcastle report, the MRL master thing, but I need to go through and like redact the spots that don't have Goofy in. I don't know if, let me see here. Because I was told by Hardcastle he doesn't want like everything in there, but like anything that involves Goofy would be great. But at the same time, I kind of want to have the other people in there to show that like there's other racers, and like they show the teams and stuff like Redline and etc. You know, Abattoir Ave. That was the one at the Meriwether docks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So see, in this MRL master doc, we have the Abattoir GP betting, which like shows the teams that are betting, and it says MRL Abattoir GP. And then also we have in this document the Abattoir standings. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's not really a whole lot we're gonna blow our load by showing it, because like most of these racers know anyway, and they're gonna be up next anyway. So I don't think there's not much they're gonna be able to do, because we already have the photos and stuff. We already have the pictures. So I don't know if Hardcastle is around. I'll
No, I don't think
contact Hardcastle via emails and ask if he has any issue with posting the whole thing, because it'll help this case the best we can. But yeah, I don't know. I guess let's go back to just what my statement said about the argument, the rebuttal. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, honestly. If you read the defenses, like what they argue is they say that there's no concrete evidence presented that showed the partition of Stenberg or the GTR at AMG. The two things that I put in this case was to reference two cars were two situations. I believe actually two for the GTR and one for the AMG. They were outside of 60 days, but they were used in a race, and I placed on the report to prove that he has been involved in races, not to criminally charge him, but to help prove that he has been in races with these cars, and then in hopes to seize those cars. But Angel's saying we need to prove that he purchased it with illegal money. So I'm just trying to
Doing it.
get it all together here on like what like the route is to take on this.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot, but there's a lot to take in right now, and this is difficult.
Yeah, but I want to know
but
where we have ever been able to, like, when someone purchases like these kind of cars, do we have any record of like how that is done at all?
Well, I mean, there's the ownership history and the
yeah, that's it.
It doesn't say like if
That's
they pay
the, I
cash
think, only
or...
thing we have.
Right. So can we subpoena for the purchase of this vehicle if it has an ownership history? Figure out where he bought
it says here that he bought the GTR from Mary Mushkin for $1,255,000.
Right. So was that a sell from the
2021.
tuner shop or an exchange of money between two private parties?
I don't know for sure. I couldn't tell you, but if I had to guess, it sounds like a tuner shop sale.
Okay.
And this
But
also
like-
happened on.
But here,
Well, you
this
might-
is
if
the
you-
thing. Because we're trying to articulate that the exchange of money with whoever it was, wherever he got the car, that money is money that was illegally obtained and he used it to purchase goods, right? So we need a purchase receipt from the tuner shop of this vehicle, if it because it would be on their records if it was that kind of deal.
Yeah, you should be able to subpoena the business records of the tuner shop for just that day. Possibly Mushkin Motors too.
The
if that
other
was in business by then.
Yeah. We need to figure out what company it was. If it wasn't a company and if it was a private sale and so I guess cash, then we have to subpoena Mary Mushkin stuff.
Well, if they paid cash for it, would it be tax evasion then?
Right.
That would be
Second-hand
judicious
sales are not tax evasion. Upon first purchase of the vehicle, it has to be taxed when you're reselling it, and second-hand sales, they're not being taxed.
The only car here, actually, that is recently purchased, well, actually, all these cars are before he made those. He purchased all these cars before the season 2 reported earnings playoffs happened.
Okay.
The latest he purchased a car was 2022 5/24. So before June, and June was when he received the money. So
the cars, we need to figure out what his vehicle history is in general, right? And figure out when he purchased them and how that coincides with our timeline of these events, such as the race and the earnings being paid out, things being debited and transferred over to other people, or how it was when that cash came into his account, what the timing is for that.
I know they're all before it though, so that's why if the fence is going to say that all these transactions occurred after the fact of this reported alleged money he made illegally, the latest one that he has here is a month before he got paid out, or I think 15 days before he got paid out.
I guess
nothing is after he got paid.
So here, this is the fork, okay? The fork is you posting this response immediately, depending on their reply. If they say no, then fuck it, dude. Then I guess we're fucked.
Yeah.
If it is okay, sure, and they're willing to look forward, then the challenge then is to get all of that information I was talking about in the timeline to articulate how the transfers are and how this is based on earnings from illegal street racing, right?
Yes.
And the only way we could do that is timing up where money leaves one account, even if it's cash, and how it comes into another account.
Yeah, on that.
Okay.
Hold on.
On that. So now that you've introduced.
Hello, Daniel Faley.
What up, Copper? It be you. I'm calling you because I need a favor from. I can't rap at all. Hey, what's up, Copper?
Go ahead.
What do you want?
So once you've introduced the fact that he is
can you update my MDW and can I get a new badge, please?
I thought I gave you one.
Nah,
wait.
you didn't. Did you? And you just did. You put it somewhere. Is
You
it
know
in my
what?
locker?
I told a bunch of people on the in the academy city that I would give them badges, but these dum-dums didn't know that it wouldn't be here.
Fairly large. Some scaling up a few that
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, guys, I'll do all the changes for you right now. And they're like, oh my god, thank you, Copper. I'm like, idiots.
And I feel like
Anyway.
the other stuff, I don't know.
Text me your state ID and what your new rank is. Do you have a new picture?
And if you can't do that, then
not the same picture.
Okay, yeah, just text me.
We take the money, then they have
My state ID?
Yeah, state ID and what your new rank is. And then,
Okay, cool.
and whatever your evidence locker is, and I'll leave it there.
Alrighty.
Now,
Okay.
I don't know.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
He said I believe he said that I should just go after the 930K, go after what I know I can prove, and then we can go after the rest of the stuff in their date, or we can look into it later. I think.
Yeah, Copper, to catch you back up. I had said that since it's already been kind of introduced that he's obtaining, or at least some of the deposits he has have been obtained illegally.
Mhm.
Wouldn't that open up his entire bank record to him having to prove that he acquired the other transactions in there legally?
Mhm.
And that would put that burden of proof on him, which could take things in an interesting direction. If he's having to
Right.
prove, well, I got this from fishing, not from street racing, or from this or that.
Material cells.
Hold on,
Yeah.
wait a minute. What is He got an expungement 5 days ago. So
What?
he has no priors. I don't know if that. He has no prior record.
I
don't.
Okay, so what?
Does that mean I can't reference the fact that he's been previously arrested?
No, because I mean it still happened, but he's just been expunged, so you can't like.
What's the point in
use
the getting expunged then if we can still use it, right? So what does this
Well,
mean?
I think because we're not pressing criminal charges against him, we can still use it for like a civil case. But I think that's.
Aren't we
yeah,
pressing
because
criminal
This
charges?
ceiling's really
No, we
great.
aren't. We aren't pressing any
This
criminal
is
charges.
just civil.
It's
As
civil
far
as
as
a
I'm
full
aware.
return.
Oh, I thought we were going for tax evasion too.
No.
Well, we can if you can prove that like they sold these vehicles were sold and tax wasn't paid on them, but that would be against like the seller, not the.
Hey, Geeky.
I don't think I could take that to the
Yes,
docket. I
there
think
is.
that's just something I would have to write and put a warrant for house arrest, and he dispute it later.
Okay, but
I don't
then
think-
what is the point of having the burden of proof, though? What will that help us with?
Well, he'll have to prove that he got that 931K legally.
Me being
And
Nice
after
promo.
we
Not gifted
tell
a
him,
tier
after we
one
show
sub to
like
Dasmani.
the evidence
They have
that
given
the
84
MRO
gift
website
subs in the
reported
channel.
that's for street racing had a tournament playoffs in season 2
I don't know how we're
where he
supposed
was
to
reported
articulate
to
any of this.
his earnings were reported at 931,000 from this MRL street race tournament, a legal street race tournament. We believe that this money
thing is-
that he deposited is illegal, and we wanted to seize it. And then the burden of proof would be to him to show how he got this money legally.
The thing is that, okay, so he.
Here, let's start with this. Let's start
What?
start with actually getting
Besides-
the response
okay.
in, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is that I don't think that. Okay, there is a level of what is considered concrete evidence, facts, right?
Yeah.
And these are supported by physical evidence, and that would include like photographs of something going on, receipts, things like that to prove that the money that he has isn't just like he didn't just bet with someone like, oh, I bet this person's gonna kick your ass. How do we know? I mean,
He
Well,
has
he would
to
have
basically
to
prove
have
at
some
this
proof for the
point that
bet.
the money has been obtained legally.
so this court case, right, is more hinged on him obtaining large quantities of money and not having an explanation for any of it, right? Because we can't
What is
prove
that?
that he used any of that money to purchase his car.
We can't prove it. No, I don't think we could prove that. That's why the cars are going to be hard. The cars are going to be very hard. I feel most confident about actually taking the
Okay,
money
wait,
that he
wait.
made.
But what else are we trying to prove, right? We don't. Okay, I'm just telling you. Like I'm not sure. Like I understand what Angel is asking for us, but I don't want to die on that hill. I don't want you to die on that hill. I don't want this like. Well, we're attempting. It almost sounds like we're being asked to just throw something and seeing what sticks.
That's actually okay. Yeah, that's exactly what she said. She said we're trying to.
I don't
create the
operate that way.
bullshit. She said we're trying to, like, just see how it goes and just take it to the docket.
No.
Try. That's exactly what she said.
No.
That is exactly what
That-
she said yesterday.
Dude, I have like maybe like 3 cornerstones to my existence, and one of them is I only go to court for things that I wholeheartedly believe.
Maybe she thinks it'll break new ground in this
I-
area since people
I
are
will
using civil
I will
asset forfeiture,
unravel
like,
as a person.
ever.
If I am leaving this chat. I'm not going. I'm
I
done.
wholeheartedly believe that we will get the money, but I don't believe that I'm not very certain on the cars. But I do wholeheartedly believe that the money we're going after, I feel very confident about the money.
Well, do
The
you
cars,
have-
on the other hand, are the only thing that I feel like are going to be hard to try to take because I just don't know how we're going to prove that he purchased it with illegal money because they're all before MRL races.
Oh, dude, I've already checked out. I'm sorry. I'm not. I have to leave. We don't have any of this. There's nothing. Like, we have nothing. Like, there's... How do we prove... How do we prove G&E at all? Because G&E has historically been a part of large car purchases. You have to have it. And we know that based on our interrogations that we have with street racers. So we know that's a thing. But that's not a thing that we can prove. There's no record.
The burden on proof is him. Like, if he can't prove that he made this, he made it from G&E, then yeah, if he can't prove it, then this is illegal money he's making. Like, I don't think there's gonna be any way he can prove. He literally titled the bank transaction sold G&E, but how is he gonna prove that he sold the G&E? There's no way. He titled the $931,000 transaction cash deposit into his bank account, quote, sold G&E. And we're going to go in there and prove that he was reported to make this money illegally from a tournament, a street race, and he's going to try to prove that he made it via selling G&E. But how is he going to prove he sold the G&E?
Because there's no... If he sold it.
Well, no, because it's all crypto.
But if I sell you like Shungite or whatever, presumably there should be some kind of transfer record, right?
I'm not sure if, like, I don't think G&E works that way because you can't purchase G&E. You just get it. Like, you can purchase Shungite, but you can't purchase G&E. You can only
like trade it.
So how is he gonna prove when there's no actual record of G&E sales?
Like, this goes back to, and I have no idea. Okay, so let me tell you about this dogshit street racer named Titanium and his dogshit father named the Puppet Master that have publicly said on Twitter how they are selling 50,000 G&E on Twitter and to hit them up. So I don't know where it comes from, but they have it, and that's how it... Dude, I swear to fucking God.
Wait, I think I'm actually starting to think that... I'm gonna tell you right now, I went through his bank records a while back. Almost every large transaction, he titled it G&E sale or sold G&E. But when I go to ask how the proof of him, you know, the proof of this money being taken in, or he's not going to have any way to prove it because it's not traceable. Like, you can't, how is he going to prove that he obtained that money legally? Because the burden on proof is on him. For civil asset forfeiture, it's always been on the other person. It's always been, we take the $10,000 and then they can go to a judge, and if they can prove to a judge they obtained the money legally, we'll give them the money back.
Okay, this is a year ago. Of the Puppet Master saying 50,000 G&E.
So what are you trying to say here, Copper, about the G&E thing?
That, like...
What are they going to say when I go and say that, can you provide proof that this was actually a G&E sale? And
we can't prove it. We can't prove it because, back to what I was saying, they're going to look for physical evidence because physical evidence is concrete and factual. You cannot deny it. Your opinion, or not even, I mean, aside from that, it's completely separate. Your experience as a police officer holds zero value and accountability in the court system. It doesn't fucking matter. They will argue our ability to, that if, regardless of my experience and my integrity as an officer, if I'm like, hey, not only do I know that this is what Goofy looks like, here are all of his outfit options that he has been recorded seeing, and I've seen him without his mask. I've removed his mask. I've watched him remove his mask also, and I can prove all of this. They will want photos.
And when we give them the
just
photos,
Just because
ahead.
I observe someone doing something, they don't believe me. It doesn't matter. That's just the bottom line. That's just how it works. I have a murder case for Little Sponge coming up, and it was witnessed by 5 other cops plus 2 bystanders. And all of it is based on these people witnessing Zakeed Skangerton stab to death Little Sponge and then get on his ATV and drive away. But the likelihood of I would need a photo of it happening for this court system.
I actually don't. I
Dude.
don't know.
Okay, sure. Okay.
No,
alright.
like, okay, but think the only reason I say that, is because Knight and Mac went to court a couple weeks ago for the Cap Terranova case. He was masked up, but they still managed to prosecute him, and he was found guilty for weapons trafficking on the
But they
scene.
had
where
a lot of different prongs of evidence that it was him, though.
So in this case,
He identified
what
the
other
person
prong?
on the scene, like identified themselves as Cap Terranova despite wearing a mask. Matt called him after he had fled and was like, "Hey, what's up?" And the voice matched. And the vehicle that he was seen in came back to Cap Terranova.
okay.
There was a lot of prongs that kind of made it pretty apparent that it was Cap Terranova.
Okay.
Okay, so do we have anything like that for any example of like the G&E coming into the count, coming out of the count, you know, where that came in at all? That we like and if you know of something that records G&E, I would love, and so would the rest of the SRU. I mean, I know Snow would love to hear about that.
I've never seen anyone subpoena G&E cells because I don't know if that's a thing. What?
Yeah, neither have I.
I know that's maybe, like I said, maybe. So are you saying this in a bad way though? Because I guess I don't know.
Hey, Jim.
So how do you sell Genie?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I have a question.
Like,
in
Yo, what's
your
up?
If I
in
wanna
your
buy some
past,
Genie from
have
Suarez, how do
you
you do it?
have you ever subpoenaed
know.
someone for their G&E purchases and sales?
Is it like, is it
Nope.
something we grant, like, we would
Do you
use
know if there's any way to do that?
I mean, I would assume so. The only thing is you.
I'm not
I mean,
sure. It's
I don't
kind of
know how you get
decentralized, so
Genie
you don't
other
really,
than buying it. So like,
I
the
think
people who get
I mean,
the
it's an internet
wallets and
currency.
trade and shit might be public,
I just know you
but
can
you got to identify somebody's wallet ID for that. I'm not sure how we go about that.
originally get that Genie.
How would we legally obtain someone's wallet ID?
That's the thing. I think legally,
Yeah, but that
people
would
don't
be
have an ID
records
attached to
somewhere,
them.
right? With like a bank?
No, that's the thing. It's decentralized. It's not through our central bank.
Okay.
It's done like off the grid sort of thing. So if you could identify somebody's wallet address and you know what a wallet address ID is, then you might be able to check their transaction history.
Okay, but we have no legal way of obtaining that. So the only way to get it is
No.
illegally, and the whole point is to get that so that we can submit it into evidence for a court case, and then it would be thrown out.
I wouldn't say it's illegally. I think it's like it's public record when somebody trades crypto. I just don't know if we can find out whose wallet is whose. If that makes sense.
If I was looking to buy Genie from you, how would I do that?
Okay.
How does that work? Do I just like?
So yeah, I'm not too sure about that. You could maybe try with the DOJ, see if you can get anything out of them. If there's
Okay.
any records kept, I'm not too familiar, but that's my understanding of how crypto works.
Yeah. I think that has been, I mean, that was my understanding as well.
Why you gotta say it like that?
And that's why I think it's never happened. I was just curious if any other SRU have ever approached you about it, or you've heard of people doing it. I would ask Snow, but he's gone. It's like off duty.
Yeah, and I know they have sticks, so I feel like a lot of trade could be like physically.
Sure. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
You know, they put their crypto onto a drive and they trade that.
Yeah, well, when we took down Mary Mushkin after the RPG incident, we
His number's on the elevators.
raided her and the tuner shop, and we got Genie 6.
Yeah, so it'll be, you know, most people probably physically trade it to keep it off the books, I guess. So maybe you can grab somebody's wallet shit.
Yeah, but we can't prove people physically handing things over to each other unless we take a photo of it and we know without a shadow of a doubt whatever's happening in their hands is Genie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm not too sure.
Dude, I'm so stumped right now.
Who is it you're trying to grab information for?
Octavio Steinberg. We're trying to go after his money transactions after the MRL discovery.
I don't know. Hold on. Let me call this person.
Yeah. Maybe.
Angel wants us to push it, but what she's asking for us to do is like go after this and then just see what sticks. And I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally, that's not how I.
Hello.
That's not my code. I
Yeah.
guess. And I'm trying to. I don't want to go there and die on this mountain and then like fuck up any leverage that we have as the SRU against street racing, because this will be made an example
push
of, right?
what you're safe pushing.
Exactly.
And then once you're showing all your cards, that's when you can kind of throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks.
Because you can't buy it on the market like Sean guys.
Okay.
You've exhausted all your resources, you know.
Like say you have
You send it for the phone.
like one genie and I wanted to buy it for you. Would I
Okay.
just,
As far as I know.
send you cash for it?
All right. Well,
or,
thank you, Underwood.
And you would.
All right.
All right. Bye.
No problem. All right, bye-bye.
It's like I get your phone number, put the amount, and that's it. Or I know there's genie
Okay.
sticks, so someone can sell a whole
Yeah,
stick.
I've seen that, but like where?
It can print a stick.
Crypto?
Okay, so if I
Oh,
wanted
yeah,
to buy
okay.
Genie from you, you're
Custom
saying that I
Genie.
would just pay you cash for it.
Then yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
Okay, so you just.
well, you're saying that. Okay, so how do I get? How do I buy Genie though?
So
Because
that's
there's
the thing,
people
there
who
should be some kind
list
of
on Yelp
record.
pages that
So
they
we
buy Genie,
possibly,
right?
might
Or
be
they
able
sell
to
Genie. So
subpoena
like,
records
you're saying it's
of
an arcade
Genie's
system, right?
sales.
And you get your
'Cause
points.
it's going
But
through
if
a
I
phone, so
don't
there's
play at
clearly
the
a trail.
arcade and get my points, and I just want to buy my
That's a
points,
big
in this case
if.
Genie, how do I do it?
Well,
Because like
I don't-
he can just say that he sold sticks.
Haggling.
Oh boy.
Well, because mechanic
Because, like, the
shops
sticks are,
take
like, a
Genie
physical
for
item,
like
right?
nostrils and
That
stuff.
I
So, like,
don't know where the sticks come from though. No, I know Brian showed me
Yeah.
something about that, but I don't
Okay,
know.
well,
like
all right. So you
I
don't
couldn't
know.
buy
Dude,
anything.
Medi, you're gonna
So you don't know
shitpost
that?
all
yeah,
you
Copper,
He
want,
was
my
told that you can
idea
buy
but then I'm
sticks.
gonna like
is like,
make it
well,
canon.
unless he can prove that he was buying sticks, then if
Yeah, but
you're
how do
doing
we
all
prove-
this G&E stuff through a phone transfer, there should be some kind of record then of
Okay.
transferring
yeah,
this information, like the same with like
okay,
Venmo.
perfect. Yeah, that would be
It
great.
might be kind of like we have to talk to the
going
government
back
about
to
how
the-
to do
the Genie
it,
thing,
but
do you know that, or
it
do you know
might
anyone
be
I could
like
call
it's
for that,
clearly
or-
there's clearly a paper trail because we're, I'm if Fury and I are selling G&E to each other, and
no.
I'm giving him my phone number and he's selling it to me, so it's tracked somehow.
Okay, I'll try to. I'll see if he's.
Yeah,
on
but
the
that
it's
might
phone.
be
it's
a
off the
way.
grid tracked. There's
Okay.
I know.
All right, sounds good.
okay.
Thank
So
you. All right. Thank you. Bye bye, Mark.
if it doesn't work that way, you can just say it doesn't work that way, because I think I know what you're about to say.
Hold on, I need to call on.
yeah,
the
but
web.
we like we're not supposed to use like laptops, right? Like if we get a laptop and we get a dongle, we get all of this stuff and go on to the Puppet Masters network. We're not supposed to do that because we'll ruin all the roleplay. So I don't know what we're supposed to do.
Hello. Hey.
As far as
Are
seems
you?
relatively sure that
how
he
do
can.
I, buy
he
Genie?
can go
Like, if I'm trying to buy
through,
Genie from you, do I
Right?
just,
He
Dude,
doesn't
that's
have
such a
cash
good
angle,
analogy.
At least solid, but
Say
not
that
the
again.
cars.
What is solid?
But Suarez seems like he has
So,
like
let's say
the
you did,
nearly $1
how
million
would I
in
buy it?
cash. He thinks he has that like civil asset forfeiture
Oh,
solid,
you don't know how
just
to
not
buy
the
Genie,
cars.
or?
Yeah, we're not going after the
Okay.
cars.
All right. Well. Okay. All right.
Oh, nobody's going after the cars, and he thinks what he has
All
is
right. Thank
hollow.
you. Bye bye.
What? No,
Okay,
we're
I don't know. I keep trying to call people.
not-
Just...
like we're not going after the cars. We're going after the money, right?
Well, we're going after both.
Yeah, in the
But-
docket posting, there's a listing of like trying to seize cars, like the
Yes.
Yeah, but
GTR
like
and all that shit.
the cars that are purchased from money earned from street racing, right? But you guys like we don't have anything physical or concrete that like we could spin it that like, well, based on this time and date that it must be G&E or it must be money that was acquired through these means, but there's nothing physically to prove that. They'll be like, show the receipts. I mean, the only other thing I can think of is that in Angel's mind that we attempt this, and in the courts we can prove how we are completely unequipped to tackle this type of criminal organization that's going on with the cryptocurrency. That is the only thing that I can see that we can get out of this if we do this like shotgun technique of going to court like this. Because otherwise I don't see what's really going to come out of this for any of us. And if we're unequipped, then I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to go to court unequipped. And I feel like I said previously, I think the money is something I know I can get. The cars is something I know it's going to be a stretch. It's going to be a stretch. But from what I understand and what Angel was speaking on, and is that I should try to prove that he's purchasing these cars with illegal money. I just don't know. I just don't know how I'm.
Well, hey, Brian's awake.
Oh, good. He must have read my email.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, I know for sure I can get the money.
Hey, Amanda.
Also, I feel like now I'm like thinking maybe I should. I don't know how I'm gonna try to prove that he purchased the cars with legal money because they were all purchased before the 931K came in. That's not to say that he didn't make money previously from racing, but there's no way for us to prove that.
Well, that's my question is like once you've introduced the notion that he does have like a substantial amount of illegal funds, is the burden of proof on him now to prove that everything in there is obtained legally?
Okay.
But I don't know, like that's a question.
I mean, if we can prove
that something DOJ should tell us?
If we could prove his like this G&E, I don't sure. Do you know how to buy G&E?
Yeah, you either two ways. I can either send you that through like this app, or I put in your phone number and I put
Hey,
in
what's
how
going
much
on,
I wanna
Copper? I
send you.
just got an email.
Or
yeah. Myself,
you buy
Patty,
Genie and sticks,
Fury,
and then
and Suarez are discussing
Like, how do I just buy it from you right now?
what
Like, say I
we
want
can
to buy
actually
one
even
Genie
do,
from you.
if anything. We're at the
you give
Mission
me
Road.
money or cash.
The Octavio
Okay, so I believe
situation.
you.
App.
Okay. So
Oh, the dead case. Sure,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
be right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, that one.
in this case, the 931K deposit
Bye.
was cash. It was a cash deposit that he put into his bank account after the end of season 2 and before the beginning of season 3, leaving that perfect time slot for a playoffs to be happening. He titled the deposit. Not sure if this really matters a whole lot, but he titled it G&E sale or sold G&E of some sort. I was either G&E sale or sold G&E. Now, when I go to prove that he made this money illegally because that MRL website matched up with the actual cash deposit here in the city, and this isn't like some bullshit website, the burden of proof will be to prove that he made this money legally, but he's titled it G&E sale. So when he goes to prove that he made a G&E sale, how is he going to prove that he made a G&E sale if there's no way to like subpoena G&E records? If he like, because it was cash, so the only way he can prove it is saying that someone gave him $930K cash and he sent them G&E. But how are they going to prove that he sent the G&E if we can't see the records of G&E?
Me being a pussy.
He can't. I don't think he can.
So in this case, if that's what happens, then that money gets seized. There's no further argument. There's no shot. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it
Are
can
we
go both
100%
ways.
sure that you can't see records from G&E transactions?
I've never seen that. I've never heard of it. Have you ever subpoenaed G&E records?
I mean, you can. If you really
You
want
can?
to. I mean, it depends. Like, what kind of transaction we're talking about?
Like if you and I exchange G&E over like our phone app.
So like a wallet exchange?
Crypto exchange, like on the crypto app on your phone, like, because this could open the gate to a lot of his money being seized, but I don't know. Like,
let's pause here for a second. What are we talking about?
be a little quiet now if you don't mind speaking a little.
Oh
more.
yeah. Wait, am I? Wait, is this better?
You're fine to me.
Yeah, you're good.
So wait, what is this?
We're trying
to
to prove that if I say, oh, that money came from G&E sales, that there's some kind of paper trail to prove that.
I mean, you can. It really depends on the circumstances. I thought this was about the goofy stuff.
It is. This is all in relation to
Oh.
it. We're also, so, you know how yesterday, Angel, you and myself spoke about the cars, and our goal was to prove that he purchased this money, or he purchased the cars with illegal money, right? That was what Angel said.
Yes.
And we're sitting here today, and we're just not sure how we're gonna prove that, because we looked at the records of.
So you're coming to the conclusion that I already came to yesterday.
Well, it's more so the cars, but not the money, because we feel we can prove the money.
So here's the deal,
not the
right?
cars.
Let's put this out there in the baseline, because I think I was being ultra nice yesterday, not to be because I'm trying to put you guys down like easy. Nowhere in any part of the United States can you randomly seize anyone's property. It's against the 4th and 5th Amendment. With me so far? So a legal search and seizure is a thing. It's the same reason why you can't go into someone's house as a police officer with any kind of like probable cause or a warrant. In terms of like civil asset forfeiture, there's like horror stories out there where like, you know, you hear like the police department came in and took someone's vehicle and then they didn't provide it. You know, they didn't give it back. The problem is that civil asset forfeiture still requires probable cause. That is like, that's always been a thing. So you need probable cause for a particular crime to have been committed, because civil asset forfeiture, just to give you a little bit of historical background so it makes a little bit more sense, that became a thing like during like the 60s and 70s when like the mafia existed, and there was like RICO. And so in order to stop like mafia, like there's Chinese mafia, Italian mafia, etc., is that when the FBI or like the local police departments had enough probable cause against them, they would go and take their like restaurants or, you know, their vehicle and effectively slow down the ability for them to actually function. Does that make sense? Until eventually they were able to go push like a RICO case. But inherently there was still probable cause that those things were tied to a crime, tied to illegal money, etc., etc. The problem that you're going to face right now, and I still don't have an answer for this, is what is your probable cause?
So I guess I started to think about why you were speaking. the crime that has been committed here was street racing. He made this money for street racing, but
It's outside
the crime
the
that happened,
statute
it's
of
outside of
limitations.
60 days exactly.
Mhm.
So
Listen,
now-
I'm going to be frank. I don't think everyone that's. I don't think you have a case here.
So then, but why would Crane say otherwise? And Angel, like,
That's
I'm
why
confused.
telephone sucks. If I were to summate, I think the conversation with Angel and Crane probably went a certain way, and Crane was just like, bring it to court. Because, like, inherently, this doesn't make any sense from a legal standpoint. Like, and even the concept of like trying to make precedents, like, I mean, we're trying to make a Supreme Court ruling over a car, which isn't gonna happen. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Angel's been saying just take it to court and see what happens.
Okay, so the thing that I said, okay, so this is my opinion of what Angel. The only positive that I think that Angel's going for here, Knight, is that, I mean, it's a let's throw it at the courts and see what sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if the courts are like, wow, you guys are completely unequipped for this, you do not have the technology or the resources.
I don't hear you that well.
Oh, I'm whispering. Sorry. My bad. Is that better? Hello?
Give me a sec.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
Might be where I'm like standing.
I emailed Angel to see if she can wake up because I don't know.
Okay,
But I guess this was dead in the water from the start.
Can you hear me
I
now,
think-
Knight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So the only thing that I can think of possibly of what's going on with Angel is that with this technique that she has of let's just throw it at them, see what sticks, and then whatever does, like, we'll call it a win, or that will be a leg up for us. Or she wants to use this as a court case to prove that we are completely ill-equipped to go after any kind of cryptocurrency. Completely. And that maybe it would help us getting some kind of state or government resources to actually like do stuff, but it's basically exposing the entire unit as a whole that we're just fucking clueless. So
Yeah, I think this is gonna fuck us in the long run.
I don't think this is going to come out beneficial for any of us.
No, it's gonna expose things. It's gonna point at things people are gonna snap up. The problem is like even if I were to be like okay, so I did poke at this a couple times, and my understanding is the expectation is this goes to court and we create a precedence.
Exactly.
Right? And the hope is to get a precedence that you can. The only precedence that could, in theory, come out of this is that the statute of limitation for any crime can that the only way that this the only thing that could come out of this is the only the only formula, like the outcome that you would be looking for is that you would say to remove statute of limitation for all civil forfeitures. That is never going to happen.
Right.
Because no sound judge is going to do that, because if that were to ever happen, every single thing that any criminal owns would be taken.
Right.
Because think about it for a second, right? And I'm going to elaborate here just in case everyone's not picking up on this, is that in order to get Goofy's vehicle or his money, we would first need to establish that the street races and the money acquired through that, even if you proved it was through Genie or whatever, that was over 60 days. In order for that to happen and for that precedence to exist, you would have to say the 60-day statute no longer is applicable when it comes to civil forfeiture, right? Let's say in some crazy, possibility, the judge was like, all right, bet, I'm down for that. That would imply that every single car that a bank robber owns that anyone who's gotten any illicit money, we can take all their shit, which would effectively wipe probably 90% of the cars in the city.
If only.
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just inherently you're never going to, what you're attempting to achieve is so beyond any kind of like reasonability that I don't know what we're trying to do here. And the only thing I can think of is we have a false understanding of what civil asset forfeiture actually is based on some news stories or misunderstanding of the law. And we're thinking we can apply it here when in reality, it's not going to go anywhere. Like, I don't think, like, I would love to know what Crane actually said, but, you know, my guess is he was just like, bring it to court because it'd be interesting for him.
Like, it's that's
But
the
we
thing.
would literally get slapped in the face and criminals would laugh.
Dude, I
look like a joke.
Absolutely, I will go to court, and it's not about getting the W. I don't fucking care about the winning. It's the fact that there's nothing to gain, and that by going to court with us as it stands, there's nothing to gain. There's nothing to gain from it at all. We will not come out a little bit wiser. We will not come out more organized. We will not come out more like studious with our reporting and investigating and recording information. Like that, like those are things that I can hold on to. Like, okay, I will die on the mountain for this benefit, but there is none. The only thing that will come from it was just publicly announcing, hey guys, listen, we actually are fucking clueless and we have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I'm on the exact same page.
Basically.
Especially when it comes to G&E. And then everybody be like, yo, I am only doing purchases through G&E because it's the only thing that's going to save me from having my business, or, you know, the business that I've been cooking the books, or doing any kind of like materials purchasing and selling. Like, well, I don't even have to do that anymore. I can just go through G&E and then cash it out because there's no way of tracking it. And that's basically dealing that card and be like, here you go, guys. Here's a way to just whatever, fuck the cops, right? Which I know is what they already want. But like, if I, as a criminal, knew that the avenue to completely skate by with all my finances is through this one outlet, I would 100% go do it. I would be a dumbass to not to.
Yep.
1,000%. Like this case is, this is like a fucking 5-star, like you need like some seriously intelligent prosecutors and a lot of time to get anything out of. I'm not even talking about like I said, this is constitutional law we're dealing with. And that's just, we don't have anything.
It hasn't been established in this state.
What has
if we're gonna argue the Constitution like that in this state, like I don't think that's a conversation for this.
I mean, we could. Oh yes, for this court case, 100% agreed. It's like we're doing like, you know, if like I always ask myself this question right before, and I think we do this subconsciously, whatever investigation we're doing, right? Like, where is Seaside getting their money? How do we stop them? Right? That's an investigative series of questions. And then once we've, let's say, established that, right? They may be getting it from meth. They may be getting whatever. You then hone in on attempting to stop it. And that is your objective. What is our objective in this particular case? It kind of seems like, to me, we found this MRL document, which was fantastic. Didn't really do much with it, and now we're in the 11th hour and we're hoping we get something out of it, but the reality is we're way too late.
The objective was, sorry to cut you off, was like to establish a way to do something with people's cars, whether that's to take them completely or at the very least suspend them for like 2 weeks, a month or something. I believe that was the original thought when this started.
So I would, you know, this is just how my mind works, right? I'm not saying this is the only way to do it. But if, let's say that's the objective, right? We want to go after street racers, go after their vehicles that may be
You're
acquired
right.
through street
We
racing.
need Jerry Callum.
Slow it down, whatever that objective is. Why go down the route that is so like impossible? It's literally impossible. It's not even that it's impossible. It's just not going to happen, quite frankly. As opposed to, you know, we start targeting like, okay, so when there's a 94, we target like the lead, right? Why not target? Why are we not targeting Prism?
I target a specific vehicle for a specific target, so we
Targeted
can build a
Prism quite
case
a bit.
against them.
Well, no, have we? No. I mean, why do we not Prism? Sorry, I'll expand. We've arrested Prism like 15 times in the last month, right? At least. So why are we not going after their stuff?
Because, originally, the reason Goofy was chosen is because like he was the #1 on that list of MRL every time, and he gained the most out of everyone because he kept winning, so he got the most money, right? And we had on the document transactions like, hey, he earned this much money in this case, and it was like, okay, you know, like here is a obvious, I guess, evidence of him receiving the money for street racing. This whole document is for street racing.
Mhm.
That's how the whole thing started. Prism, however, we started targeting them after the fact with. After
Why
the
did no
MRL
one do it
document
when we
was-
got the MRL document 2 months ago?
I believe that's when the whole thing started. First day, was it the first day or like in next few days? As far as you subpoenaed the bank records for Goofy and you started from there.
Yeah, it was the next 3 days I started to go on Goofy, but we never like discussed going after anyone else. It was just we discussed going after Goofy. No one brought up the idea of like going after anyone else. And by the sounds of it, though, it sounds like we didn't have.
I thought we were doing that
This
based on the top like 3 or 5 winners or
Yeah.
repeat winners.
Well, when
It was
yeah,
like-
we were
it was
following.
supposed
We were
to be
starting
one
with
from every
Goofy.
crew or something.
No, I don't think we said one from our crew. I
Yeah, we
believe we
didn't-
said we wanted to start with one and then have the other follow, like the others follow with it soon after, if like the one case went through and like it happened. But it sounds like it doesn't matter because this is all past 6 days. So it sounds
Yeah.
like there's no point at all to like that whole conversation we
1,000%.
had just doesn't matter.
1,000% agreed with that. I'm sort of like moving beyond that now, and I'm saying, looking back at things could have been done different. I don't, for just to be clear, I don't think for a second any of this is on you, Suarez. If that's crossing your mind. My question is, when did this MRL document actually come out? Wasn't it 2 months ago?
Wasn't
August
it during the
26th.
rust? Yeah, they're during that
Yeah,
big
it's a-
rust bust.
Just
So
Wasn't
that
it
would
in
have
some of
been
these
7
records?
weeks ago then. So like at that point, why didn't an investigator come in and say, yo, let's do this? Why did we throw this on Suarez? I'm saying that
Angel's
you're not
asking if-
capable in court, Suarez. Like this is like fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is some like fucking heavy shit.
what was I
Yeah.
doing?
Angel's asking. I asked if Angel could wake up, and she asked if she's saying, "Is it important? Should I just tell her yes? Just try to come in now, or should we not?" But I feel like this. I don't know. I just feel like at this point, after
He's probably gonna
truly
want an
sitting down and
explanation from like you, Brian and Copper, about why. Like, if you guys are dropping this, then why? It'll be easier to do it in person rather than email, I think.
So just ask her to.
Like, I'm
just tell
new
her
to
yes.
this whole group, so
I'm trying to remember
That's
what
gonna
the
be
fuck
your
I was
call, but-
doing at the time.
For what? Sorry.
Like when we found
It could have been Rust and all that other stuff.
it was
to
that.
be
Yeah,
honest.
it came out during that whole rust thing, and that would just kind of spiraled into like a giant, like a lot of stuff came out of it. I think.
Sort of where I'm trying to like lean this conversation towards and asking these questions is in reality, once that was found and we had an idea that money was being done, we should have made the move back then when it was in the statute of limitation. And the beauty of that would have also been that we could actually put together an actual argument of probable cause for a series of crimes that would have led to these vehicles being purchased or whatever. But now we're sort of at a stage, like I said, not even on the 11th hour. This is like, past the 11th hour, that there's nothing here. So I draw it back and I say, well, let's not let that happen again. We need to start fucking seizing shit from smaller crews and have a format for how to do that and test the courts with that before going after the winning Goofy. It's like, I don't know if you guys play video games, but this is like, playing Dark Souls for the first time and going to the final boss and being like, oh, let me try this out. You're going to get fucking destroyed. Yeah, and what are you going to learn out of that?
That's the thing, Brian, is like, this was the first time we had the evidence or a way to prove like, hey, this guy actually received money for street racing. Like, yeah, we know that they received money in Genie for street racing, right? But it is very difficult to prove it.
Okay. Sorry for being so blunt, but
no, please do.
I don't think we've tried to investigate very much when it comes to financial stuff in general across the unified police department.
I agree with that.
True.
Well, that's it in like a nutshell, because the whole point of like, oh, we really want to go off of finances, that has been a harping for the SRU specifically for a very long time. A very long time. And it came down to someone who has the time to actually figure out what our resources are and if it's concrete enough.
So let me ask.
It's been made and then shut down and made and shut down, and then somebody, I forgot who it was. Was it Cass? Someone from Shift 1 said that they wanted to take over for the finances, and then when the book came out, I was like, okay, well, this is going to be our big.
Oh, you mean Libby?
So what's going on?
Yeah, Libby Reed is the kind of financial.
Okay, yeah, it was Reed.
Captain Angel.
Hello, Angel.
Hey, what's going
on? So we've been talking about this for like the past hour and a half, maybe an hour. We've essentially come to the conclusion that we don't believe we can prove the cars being purchased with legal money, and that for civil asset forfeiture, a crime has to be committed. And in this case, the crime was street racing, and this crime...
I don't know why we're on this again. I'm gonna just shut this entire thing down. You're pushing this case to the docket. I already talked with Crane about this. We're gonna take what we have and put it up. If we lose, we're gonna take an L, and if we get a W, we're gonna get a W. It's irrelevant if we don't have a crime. I'm not gonna talk about this any further. Does that understand? There's nothing else to discuss here.
Yeah, actually there is. If we go to this,
there really isn't.
It's not about winning. Okay, I'm going to say it again. It's not about winning. It's not about an L or a W anything. It's about how much we're exposing of what we do have and what we don't have, and how it's going to come out as a big announcement banner to the people that we are investigating that we are completely clueless.
That's good. I want them to think we're fucking clueless.
But they
already know what we have, okay?
But we are, though.
If you think these guys don't know what we already fucking have, what documents we already have in our possession, then you're sorely mistaken. These guys are a lot craftier than we might believe them to believe, right?
Okay, they're not really that crafty.
Didn't they torture the person that gave us this information?
Yes.
Okay, so they already know what we know. I don't understand how this is such a big deal. I spoke with Crane about this, and he wants us to push what we have. It's okay if, this information gets out there, because they already know we have the documents. Goofy should already know that he's been subpoenaed, because we were required to give him that information already. They already know everything that we have on them.
Right.
So we have a weak hands, so we might as well play and see what happens.
I guess it just
we're basically sitting here at the table.
Goes against my code as an investigator, because I don't push charges and go to court over things if I don't have concrete evidence.
Okay, but we're not here to push charges.
like a clown.
Okay, then don't be involved in this case. But the nature of this is not pushing charges. We're seizing assets.
But the thing
What's
is,
the
but
probable
to obtain
cause?
those assets is having this concrete. This still goes back to
Okay.
having concrete things. It's not
We've
about
already discussed
charges.
this yesterday, Brian. We already discussed this yesterday.
We
Listen,
yeah, we did,
Goofy
but we didn't agree.
Goofy has. I understand we don't need to agree. I'm gonna be honest here. If you don't believe in this case, just recuse yourself and don't be involved and go back to something else. Okay? This case is gonna happen if you guys believe in it or not.
Are you gonna be there?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, good.
I think the main concern that came out of this whole conversation was the statute of limitations on certain things. I
Okay,
think
well,
that's where the
like
biggest
we've already
issue
said,
lies.
if we were pushing charges, that would be an issue here, but that's not what's happening. We have enough reason to believe and enough evidence to point to the fact that the money in question, that $900,000, was received from an illegal race tournament, and we're going to push this court case to a point where Goofy needs to prove that he got it legally. That's basically the entire point of this. The burden of proof shifts to him in this case. We don't need to have slam dunk proof that he got it from a race. We don't need to see him collecting the transaction.
Angel, why are you not prosecuting this?
Because I can't always be around. I'm a very busy person.
Yeah, but here's the issue. I know you want to press this, but we're asking Suarez, who himself is trying to figure out how to prosecute this, because he's the one who's going to need to go up on the stand.
He volunteered.
And
we were
I
in the
understand.
meeting. You were there
Well,
for it. You saw
I know
everything
he
that happened,
volunteered, but
okay?
now you're saying that we're gonna push it. So now he
Yes,
doesn't have a choice.
Because I discussed with Crane that he wants us to push what we have to the docket.
So how is he gonna prosecute it without a plan of action?
He doesn't. He does. I just read over the messages that you guys had, and everything in there looks fine. The plan of action is very simple.
What's the probable cause?
The transactions that match the winnings from the MRL document.
So what is
At that
the charge?
point, there is no charge. It's a civil asset forfeiture, Brian. I'm not having
Which
this
requires
conversation.
probable cause.
Recuse yourself from the case. I'm gonna take what we have, and I'm gonna go with Suarez and work on this. If you don't want to work on it, that's fine. I'm not having this conversation anymore.
That's fine.
All right. Suarez, if you're not interested in pushing this, if you don't believe in it, then that's fine. I'll take it on myself, and I can take over things from here. But I don't see a reason why that needs to happen.
It's not that I don't believe in it, Angel. It's not that at all. I'm just, after like what we discussed and like what I don't know about this whole about civil asset forfeiture in general. It's just, I'm worried that
All this fucking song.
the case that I've been building up is just gonna get thrown out by SOL. And
Okay, well, here's the thing. Consider your current position, right? You've already posted this to the document. They already want to know your response. It's gonna get thrown out if you don't actually come up with a response or reply to this. So
well, I have
that
the
could already
response.
happen.
I have the response, and I've been working on.
Great.
Yeah, I've been working on it. I say that I feel very confident about the money. I'm not too certain about the cars. I feel like the cars are going to be
very unlikely to get the cars.
Yeah.
It's basically
No,
there's a 0% chance of that happening.
It's the money.
So that's I feel like I don't know if I should drop the cars and refile with just the money and have a stronger case than have like if we go before a judge and the cars are like, you know, it just feels like if I bring two things that are absolutely like we don't have much to go on, and then I go after the money, it's not going to look good. Versus where if I go after just the money that was reported to make, I feel like it might end better because I feel like I know I have much better chance proving that. My biggest concern, like I said, on the money is since it was obtained so long ago, even though we just found the evidence and the evidence we found was within 60 days, I just don't know if that money is going to be allowed to be seized because
Well, like
the money.
I said, from the last discussions I've had with judges, assets do not fall under the statute of limitations, no matter when you acquired them.
In this case, like the reason we're taking the money is because he made it from an illegal street race, right?
Yes.
And this illegal street race that he made the money from, I guess I'm just
a street racing tournament, which we have documentation to show existed. We have documentation showing the structure, the participants, and the payouts. He has matching payouts in his account.
Yeah, I believe, I know that. I feel very confident about the money, but I know we keep saying time and time again, but we are going after this money because it was a crime that because it's from a crime, in this case street racing, that occurred. But I'm worried because it occurred so long outside the 60 days that, like, although he made this money and he made it illegally, but the way he made it illegally was outside 60 days.
I understand, right? But the question that you're presenting me is the entire point of this case, to get an answer to it. The judges don't like to give you straight answers to these things, and they're in the habit of having you push things to the docket and see exactly what plays out. They like to have their decisions set in stone. They like to have legislation. They like to have documentation that follows these decisions. So you're right. This is a very big question mark of whether or not we'll actually be able to take this stuff from him because of how long ago the crime happened. And in addition to that, because we don't actually have a specific incident to point to. But these are the questions that this case is going to answer.
So I've thought about it, and I thought the way it's going to work, and what I've heard is, if, say, the best case scenario, we get the money and that money is seized, that means then that the statute of limitations would have to be either extended to the date where this happened or just removed altogether. And if that happened, everyone, like, we'd be able to seize like 90% of the cars or money that people have. And I just don't, we've come to the conclusion that there's just no possibility that a judge would rule on that. Which is
why a judge wants to rule on this. Because like I said, when I was discussing with Crane, he said there's a lot of very interesting things that will pop up from a case like this, and he wants to have a decision made on paper. In fact, when we were going over a lot of the subpoenas and I was getting them pushed through, he mentions how the ramifications of this being found in certain ways could be very big, which is why he wanted to make sure that we had solid and sound reasoning for it. And based off of what we've all discussed here and what I've told him, he believed the reasoning was sound enough to give us more documentation and even gave us access to
Marlo
Richard O'Connor's
sends his money collectors to collect from street racers
or not with legal money, because he thinks that we may not think that there's an actual case, but he's at least
because we could take that job
essentially. So at this point, whatever else happens next,
like, hey, you didn't pay for your buy-in
on paper by a judge, because it's a pretty big question mark.
Okay.
You didn't pay your loan for your fucking car.
Then should I edit this response and just move to just drop us going after the cars and leave the money alone and go for the money?
I think you should, if you don't really believe you have any evidence. I don't think we have any evidence for this car, so you should probably just drop him.
Okay.
Now, as for this actual case, if you don't believe in it and you don't want to push it, I'm not here to tell you that you have to. You're more than welcome to recuse yourself, and I'll take on the responsibility myself, because I know a lot of you are very anxious about the ramifications of this.
It's not that I don't necessarily believe in it. I just worry that after what I've understood now about this statute of limitations, I just fear that I will end up going up there with what I have. And I feel like, if we remove the cars, it will be less of a deal than going for the money. I don't know. I don't know.
I understand your anxieties completely. I really do. But ultimately, in this case, this is going to be one of those times where we should be focused on getting a positive result for the court case and not necessarily on actually taking anything from them.
Okay, I didn't hear anything about what had transpired with any questions going to Crane. That changes a lot of what I'm thinking and feeling, because with my code that I mentioned, it would be something for me and my integrity as an investigator to have the response, because my understanding with them is that as the DOJ and as they exist, it's been to rip to pieces.
Yeah, they're
and
in shambles at the moment.
This goes back to what I was saying. Like, I can see where Angel's coming from. If our purpose of doing this is to shed to light either whether we have the resources or the technology or the capability to look into these things, and where we fall short, and then the state could help us with that, but we won't. There's no like precedent or an example where we made an attempt to go after this, and these are the dead ends that we've faced. And this is what's going on, being like undetected. There's money laundering. There is tax evasion. There's a whole network of an industry going on under our noses, and it does lead to deaths and the general public being in jeopardy.
Mm. Yeah, well, I mean, that's fair enough. Listen, I think you guys should shift the way you think about this. We shouldn't be using this as like a way to fuck Goofy in the ass as the SRU. This is more of a fact-finding exercise for our future cases. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I was hoping that we would get more from the stuff that we had on Goofy, and ultimately we didn't. We do have enough, though, to push some bare minimum stuff. But obviously there's some massive question marks associated with it, and depending on how this goes, it could be very helpful for our future investigations.
I guess in hindsight, I would rather it be after someone a little bit smaller, just because yeah.
Yeah. Well, hindsight is 2020. We were all very hyped up at the time.
True.
Our big target, unfortunately, we can't even go after anymore. Richard, he was shaping up to be pretty promising, but unfortunately, that's kind of
gone
now. So this is the last one that we have. Ultimately, I understand your arguments that it's a flimsy case, and I don't really disagree with you, but that's not the point of this.
So just for my own clarity, two things, Angel. I don't want to make it seem like we're shying away, because that's not what this conversation was prior to you arriving. We're understand that from our perspective, the question comes into play: do we require probable cause for a crime in order to do civil asset forfeiture? And it sounds like you're saying Crane has stated that is not the case in Los Santos.
I'm not stating that he said that. I'm stating that he didn't give us an answer either way.
I got you.
We want to. The thing is with civil forfeiture, we don't know where the burden of proof falls on. Like, we could sit there and be like, okay, this is fishy for X, Y, and Z reason, but is the burden of proof on me to come up with the concrete, like, transaction receipts and things like that for a cryptocurrency that is completely untracked and we have no way to obtain it? Or is the burden of proof of you are engaging in economics with this currency and you have to prove how you got it and where it went and what you paid for it?
Yeah, we don't have answers to these questions yet, so.
Because we've had everything drilled into our heads that, PC before all else.
Well, in this case, I will say PC is not even 50% burden of proof in terms of how much you believe. So I believe we have more than a PC for the money in particular here. So remember, it all comes down to how we frame this. A known street racer who's been caught multiple times in the past, whether or not you can actually use that as evidence, their records against them. Obviously, that's a big question, but it's all about making a narrative that sits in the judge's head. And
did we bring up the fact that 5 days ago that Octavio had his records expunged?
Yeah, someone brought it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I brought it up. His record got expunged 5 days ago by Crane.
Okay.
So he has no priors. I don't know if
that shouldn't really affect anything because
It'll be fine.
we wouldn't
Everything's gonna be
necessarily
okay.
be allowed. We wouldn't be allowed to bring his record as like an official point of evidence necessarily anyway. So it's not the end of the world.
You can definitely talk about it in your opening or closing statement.
Yeah, you just can't like motion to add his past criminal history to your evidence list.
Okay.
But you can use it more as like a narrative framing device when it comes to any actual arguments. I'm going to be honest with you, as far as a lot of the answers to this case, we're probably going to get on the actual docket post rather than in the city specifically. Because once you post your response, then Crane is going to look at it, and then we're going to probably get that decision about the statute of limitations and if there's an underlying crime needed in the first place. And then he'll either grant or deny their motion to dismiss. So a lot of our questions are about to be answered, which is why it's important that your post here is pretty good, which it is from what I've seen.
Okay. I guess that's true. I mean, he's not
I get the gray zone with Knight, but
so if he doesn't accept the motion to dismiss based on statute of limitations, then they can't really argue that
Angel
anymore in
is
court,
saying
right?
that yes,
then
there is a
if he
gray
denies
zone,
the dismissal,
and we have an
then
opportunity
that
to
gives
shed
us the
light onto that gray
understanding
zone,
that
and this is
we
how we
wanted.
do
It
it.
gives
It might
them
not
the
work out
docket
for us.
post
It
to
might
point
work
to
out for us.
future decisions that they want. We have our answers. They have their paperwork, and everyone's happy. I'm sorry if I come across as very garish or upset when I do this, but I've had a lot of discussions with the judges about this, and I know you guys are trying to approach this because you want to make sure this happens right. But ultimately, it's more of a fact-finding case than it is an actual prosecution.
Okay. Because we're just trying to understand, because we're not the judges and we're not in those conversations. So it frustrates us, and we want to bring to you our frustrations so that you can understand what we're up against and what we do have and what our integrity is.
Yeah, I understand. I've explained this to everyone else here, but I don't think we really had a chance to go over this in more detail.
All right. Well, I'm adding in this sentence. Stay at the beginning saying, however, the prosecution would like to retract the pursuit of seizing the GTR and AMG belonging to Octavio Stenberg. Everything else is going to stay the same, but I'm adding that sentence in so we're not pursuing the cars anymore and purely the money. Is that good with everyone? Is that good?
I needed to go over the entire statement.
Here, I'll drop it again. And all right, it's in there.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Everything in here points to the fact that we're just going for civil asset forfeiture, not filing criminal charges. Okay, yeah, everything in here looks good. So just, this looks good. You're framing it as, this is us pushing forward after assets specifically. We're not pushing charges on them. Yeah, all right, this looks good to me.
All right. Anyone else have anything before
remember, even if you get straight out denied and they dismiss the whole thing, that's okay.
Is there anything anyone wants to add before I put it on there?
I don't have anything now.
Anyone else or?
No, I'm just here to see what's happening.
All right, I'm posting it now.
All right, awesome.
Hey.
Well, hopefully we get a good result.
How you doing?
You never know.
Oh, it's a great day to be a cop.
Said nobody ever.
Okay. Okay.
What? Don't.
All right.
Okay. You're just okay. So it's not great. So what's happening?
That's it. Does anyone else have anything to talk about? Or
call you back.
Okay.
Not really.
All right.
I'm just helping.
Sorry again for raising my voice, but I've had this conversation a lot, and I just don't want to keep having it. I'd like to actually move forward.
Yeah, but you understand that those conversations haven't been with us, and so you yelling at us for your. Hold on, I'm gonna keep making my point. But getting upset with us and raising your voice with us and coming home and kicking the dog because you had problems with other people that aren't us, just kind of shitty. But I
was specifically
understand
picking Brian, who
your
was here for these
frustration.
conversations, and he knows about everything.
Wait,
that we
I'm sorry.
discussed about.
What's that? Sorry, I was thinking about something real quick.
Like
I was explaining to Copper here that everyone here has heard this multiple times, but you're the only person who hasn't.
Wait, what have I heard multiple times?
The explanation about the judges and this being an explorative case.
This is my first time hearing it. I said that twice.
Yeah, I know.
Now.
I know,
Same
and
here.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay,
and I'm
yeah.
saying that you're right, and I shouldn't have yelled at you for that. But Brian has heard about that multiple times.
I've heard some of it, but I do think that we do continue to speak past each other because at the end of the day, the only reason, look, if we didn't care, Angel, we would not be here, right? And I don't think anyone's looking at this case and is like, you know what, this is, like a pile of shit or whatever may be construed. At the end of the day, we know that whether it's the responses on the docket or whether it's the case that's going to be presented before the court, we need to ask these very pointed questions in order to know what our plan of action is. And some of those questions were hard hitting, like, the whole probable cause question. So it's not like we're coming at it sideways and saying like, what the hell are we doing here? It's that we're trying to make sense of this case so that when we go up, it's not, we have an actual case to present. You get what I'm saying?
The ooflaw?
Yes, you said this to me like 3 times
with redacted letters.
And you and I just kind of disagree on the fundamental nature of this, I think.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm just saying we're not coming at this sideways at all.
2 + 2
Hey,
equals
okay.
being a pussy.
Thank you for the 41 years.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are trying to be like brash or awful about it. I just think that we're not understanding the whole point of this exercise.
Yeah, I just I didn't know how to prepare Suarez for this.
I mean, listen. I guess it'll just come down to if they accept the motion to dismiss based on statute of limitations. If they don't, then that changes everything. So
yeah, the bottom line is that post needs to be made. You should just do it now.
Oh, the posting's already made. Yeah.
Okay. So and whatever, like I was saying, like if yes, if no. I guess the if yes. That will, I guess there's not really anything for us to look into because we don't have the means to look into those kind of things to be able to provide it to the case and give it to the defense. But that will just be an example of how we're not equipped for some of this stuff.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I guess to properly equip yourselves then, obviously I've explained the context to you, but just remember that this is more of like a, we're more so like actually trying to change how civil asset forfeitures are done instead of a precedent for them to be done a specific way, where the burden of proof is on the defense, that they have to show that their assets or their money was obtained via legal methods,
Yeah.
So the judges have been waiting for a case like this for a very long time. So just remember why we're pushing this. And I think we'll be just fine, to be honest with you. No matter what the outcome here, we'll get our answers.
We have in our opening statement that we're here for you. And that you asked for this. Sorry, no.
What's that say?
Nothing. Never mind.
You wanted to put in the opening statement that I asked for it?
No. They asked for this.
They asked for it? No, I don't know if that's necessarily relevant.
No, of course not. It's shitlordy.
It'd be kind of like almost like poking them, being like, "Well,
right." No, that's 100.
So.
That's that. And
I don't want that.
100%.
I'd like this to at least appear to be in good faith,
Yep.
I mean, I understand that we are being. Listen, let's be quite honest. We are being kind of shitlordy with this case. We have a couple of documents that point to some very basic information, and we're essentially trying to push the entire burden of proof onto someone else. So that we can take $1 million from them. It's pretty shitlordy. Like I'm not going to try and act like we have a mountain of evidence against this guy. But that's kind of the point, is we're being shitlordy about it. And
I don't even know. I feel like this is enough evidence to prove that he made this money illegally. I mean,
she fucking gets it.
I agree with
I feel like we need more evidence.
But, the thing is, like, the judges have different opinions to us a lot of the time. And, Brian and Copper here can attest. They've been through many more difficult cases than this and still come out with a, you know, not only a loss, but like not a preferred result. You know, it happens a lot in the DOJ.
What's up, Dan?
You have like a slam dunk case and they'll still turn you away.
Dude.
Copper knows the pain.
Dude, I arrested a guy who had a trunk full of guns. This is like years and years and years ago. We did not have a penal code for gun trafficking, but what he did was to a T, gun trafficking. So I went to the DOJ, had legislation made based on this case, and the DA came back to me and told me that they can't push my case because it's not gun trafficking. And I said, you are eating crayons because this case is what the gun trafficking is about. And I fired them and did it myself.
Did you win?
That's some oh yes.
I see.
But the suspect escaped max sec by escaping through the vents, and I'm not even kidding. His name was Iroquois Pliskin. And his
I feel like I remember that name.
Yes. Oh, you were definitely there.
Wait, wasn't I there at the breakout?
Yes.
I remember that shit now.
Fucking. He's got a son who's a doctor in the city.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, well, I need to get running. I do apologize again for raising my voice. It's just when I have the same conversation a lot, I tend to get very frustrated when I feel like you guys aren't listening to me.
He literally vented.
That's my bad. Apologies on that one. But we should be good going forward.
All right, well, I guess this wraps this up. Night, Angel. Thanks, guys, for waking up. I know you guys didn't have to, so appreciate that. We'll see to this goes from here. So
yeah, thank you guys.
Also, just so you guys know, even though Richard is out of the picture for the cars, we're still looking for another target to replace him. So if you guys have anyone that comes to mind, that would be a good test bed for this, so we could push another subpoena on. That'd be good to.
I'm fucking excited.
Knight, that's the energy.
To that very point. So we did discuss. My question for the room was, let's look past. Let's look beyond this for a second. I am trying to understand why we haven't gone after Prism yet, and maybe that is our best option because when we zoom out here for a second, like I know individually there might be you might have targets in mind, but I'm looking at it from the perspective of like we've gotten arrests of Prism like probably 15 times in the last 60 days. And if that is the case, there is a very, very clear pattern of criminal activity around street racing. And therefore, collectively trying to get financial subpoenas inherently makes sense. And then furthermore, once you have those financial subpoenas, you can start building some of the stuff that I walked into this meeting for, like conversations about G&E trade, this, that, and the center. You're not going to be able to get that in a case that things aren't established in. But in the case of Prism, where you have multiple racers found within the 60 days to have been caught, financial records, you can start producing
Scorpion.
those stipulations.
Yeah, Knight's going after it right now because the document was discovered within the 60 days.
And I'm asking the question that way because
a record of that money and there being a transfer.
Brian, you're a very intelligent person. Everyone here is very intelligent. I'm not trying to downplay you all, but you're all very smart people and you have a good finger on the pulse of what's been going on.
That we're putting the burden of proof on them to explain their suspicious bank transactions.
What you guys may
basically
are dealing with. If Prism has been very
we're basically
active,
the fraud department at the bank that's
Judge
giving you a
Crane
text
about
message
this.
of
He
like,
always
hey,
wants
you're
subpoenas
trying to
for
withdraw
information on
X
still
amount of
assets
money.
publishers for
This is
cars
really
to be very
suspicious.
specific.
Can
He wants
you
them to have precise
confirm or
reasons
deny
as
what
to
the
why.
fuck you're doing?
So if you actually believe that you have a case here where you could explain why their assets could be in question in this, then absolutely fucking go for it. But he wants us to be able to articulate that at the very minimum before they'll sign subpoenas on the basis
and if he goes
of
to the court case and it's like the text back to your like bank's fraudulent department being like, oh yeah, no, this was because
wait, so he's saying
I
that
death
when you
roll
do
people.
Say that one more time. I'm sort of confused by
Sure.
what Crane said there.
Basically, he wants to. I think the verbiage is he doesn't want it to be a rubber stamp process where you say this person raced. I want to take their car, and then you sign a subpoena for it, right?
Oh,
He wants specific demonstration of these people are serially using their cars for this activity, and or they're sharing them, and or they're generating money from this, right? You need to be able to basically you need to explain in a subpoena a very specific reason as to why you're going after them or going after their assets, and not just because like they exist and they're racing every now and then. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sort of in
racing?
I'm in the same boat as you, Angel. I've been dealing with like meth labs and all kinds of other shit that and street racing hasn't really been popping off. The best I can tell you is that I know that some individual in there was a meeting.
I don't know anything about the
I want to
meth
say
stuff.
4 weeks ago. You guys are gonna have to help me with this. Where I stumbled across it.
I don't know.
Turned out to be Vendetta, Prism, Yokai, and some other crews meeting up with that guy in the Mercedes, the blacked out dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since then, and we had some good photos out of that. We haven't seen the racers out and about, but in the 2 or 3 weeks prior to that, I think we got some Prism arrests. Am I right here or am I crazy? Y'all the ones going to 94s. I'm asking you guys a question.
Talking about the observatory thing that you showed the pictures and stuff of the cars there? Or?
I'm asking, like, what crew have we arrested the most in the last 2 months? Is it Prism? Am I right about that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Well, I would say, they just make sure that whenever you articulate any subpoenas you do, just try and go off those guidelines that I mentioned. Prism will probably be a pretty easy target. From my understanding, they get caught a lot. They have a lot of people that get caught at the same time, and they're very clearly an organization of some sort. So you could probably get some subpoenas through on these guys, no problem. When was the last time we caught a bunch of Prism?
I think 6 weeks ago.
I think some reports haven't been tagged like Prism. So like when you search in Prism on the incident, it's not going to show everything. I feel like if we search the names though, we might have better luck and we just tag those reports people haven't tagged.
If you write Prism into the search.
Oh shit, dude.
The search, the way the search engine works for the MDW, regardless of whatever you're searching, you have to have at least 3 letters to qualify as a possible search, right? Then the results that you're going to get is the most recent, like 120, 150 documents that has the word Prism in the body, in the title, or in the tag. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, so if you
holy fuck.
So that is what you have, and that's why it's important to have. If you're investigating something, you have these master documents. It's literally for your benefit, because if you're investigating something like, I don't know, the puppet master, and there's no master document, anything that has to do with someone being like a puppet, and even if it's in a casual conversation for a witness statement, that is going to come up in your search, and that's going to knock down all of your past like reports back and back, like further back. And unless you remember one unique thing about that report that has been written down, you're not going to be able to get it again. It still exists, but there's no way to, for the query, it won't find it because you're limited to 120 to 150 results. And as you add more reports with the same name, it just knocks down the oldest one. Does that make sense? So if you want to hold accountability in your investigations, that's why whatever you're investigating, have a master somewhere pertaining to whatever the fuck is going on. It's not just so that the SCU or the SRU investigators can check you for doing your work. It's so that when you're like, oh, this relates, I swear to God, there was a report 4 months ago, I'm going to look it up. But then you look it up and you're like, oh, this is only giving me results from like a month ago. I guess the report got deleted. It didn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Fury knows the pain of that, don't you, Fury?
Okay.
There is so
Sorry,
much shit
painful.
on Prism right
Of losing
now.
all,
like-
yeah, I was gonna say the same. Of losing all your reports because you didn't write them down.
Yeah.
Like even if you search your name, that's not enough.
This really quick. If you look at Prism, there's 4 incidents within the last 60 days. Some of them were like about 2 days away from timing out. But like of them all just getting caught, like literally the entire racing crew. So I think if we wait any longer, we won't be able to push anything on these guys. But
I agree.
if we act now, you could probably get some subpoenas going.
This one right here, the one from 25 days ago, the 58618.
Yeah, this one's got 1, 2, 3. I don't know if Antov is part of Prism, but at least Bruno and
You don't need the
Jupiter.
entire fucking world, to be honest. Because here's the thing, right? Like, look, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. There's a lot of paperwork involved, obviously. So picking like 2 at most 3 targets and hyper focusing them, because you got to read through shit, right? Ain't nobody got time for that. Let's be honest. Focusing on 2 or 3 of them and like
What's up, Lucky?
trying to pull a car or trying to pull GNE information is probably the smart way to go about it. Because not only does it give you an indication of what the runway is going to look like to be able to achieve that goal,
chippy.
but it's also something that you can actually, we don't want to end up in a situation where we're looking at 5 people, we get nothing out of it because we ran out of time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I guess in my opinion, that this Prism stuff could look strong. I don't know if any of you are interested in pushing it. The thing is, like, from my understanding, races are pretty quiet, hasn't it?
There was one earlier, but
yeah, we were.
Well, when we're still like these racing groups that we used to see a lot of, seems like they've been pretty quiet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Bruno, you know, I
I've
just
seen 'em.
noticed Bruno here has 4 arrests actually within the last 2 months. All of them associated with Prism here.
There's been a lot
Actually,
of bike
5.
racing, and I've seen a lot of red line members wearing their jackets to bike races.
Ugh.
I know and I'm like, okay, I thought I used to respect you guys, but I really don't anymore.
Yeah, that's disgusting. To
Fucking
hear.
gross, dude.
I think a lot of people are just trying something interesting and new.
Like boat racing.
Ah, fuck that, dude. Listen, if boat racing becomes a thing and we're tasked with going after it, I'm dissolving the SRU. Because I fucking know that Mollen's gonna come in with his shark rescue unit or some
Right,
shit.
right,
and he's
right,
gonna
right.
try
The
and
Shark
take it from
Rangers.
the Shark Rangers, yeah, those guys. Fucking boat racers.
Shut up.
But you know, we don't need to have a case necessarily to push for these car fee forfeiture. It's just, I'd like us to start keeping our eyes open. These cases aren't going to happen until we have precedent ready to go. You know, or excuse me, precedent's not going to be set until we push these cases. From my understanding.
I say we kill all of them and we ransom their corpse to their street team.
Well, you could do that, but I can't know about it.
be pretty
'cause
effective.
Okay.
I can't know about that if you do get up to that.
Okay.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying don't tell me. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad that we were able to get all that sorted out. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. But I think you're all intelligent enough to sort yourselves out.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. And fingers crossed. Hopefully, you know, we can get this case actually heard before a judge. Because I would really like to have some actual legislation for civil asset forfeiture written down. Hopefully it's in our favor even, so we can start pushing even more.
Hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Goodbye.
Have a good day.
Angel.
Yeah.
Take
okay,
care.
All right.
Let's go pick out your court clothes.
I mean, I'm not picking out the court clothes until I ain't picking out court clothes until the motion, because it's a good point. If the motion gets denied, then
Dude, I need to
we're
have
going
this
court for
page
good
up on
reason.
refresh. Hold on.
If the motion gets accepted, then I mean that's it. I'm not going to court, and I'm not going to go in there and just get obliterated. He's not. Otherwise, he would you know, they're not going to be able to argue statute of limitations if it gets accepted, or sorry, if it gets denied, like the motion to dismiss. So, yeah. Anyways, though, that's pretty much everything. Appreciate everyone pitching in. They had to think about this and everything, and we'll just see where it goes from there. So.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right. We're going to get out of there and go on patrol. Then keep you guys posted. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Sticking around, Copper?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Sure.
All right.
All
What
right.
am I
lost
looking
internet
at?
again. I'm leaving. Bye.
You're not interested again? What?
He said he lost internet.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait, what does
wait,
that
what?
mean?
Wait, when?
Dude, I don't know. I'm
Still.
giving up. I think I'm just gonna go do something else with my life at this point.
Oh shit.
I
No.
was having problems during academy too.
Well, now that I'm up, I might as well stick around for a little bit.
Yes.
All right, Copper,
Hey.
you looking for anything else?
Come here. Wait. Night Fury.
Hmm?
Patty. Come here. And search me. And look for a device.
Wow, yeah, this semen's really great.
Oh wait, I was too close to Brian.
Wait, what am I looking for?
A device.
Oh. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is this real or is this like
Not yet.
from a farmer's market?
No. This is a prototype prop.
Oh my god,
the-
that'd be so good.
Okay, the backing is still. The network
plus
for it
two
is
equals me
still
being a pussy.
pending. But yeah. But like,
Pretty
this
cool.
is something where like
That's
you
pretty cool.
you get patted down for, and you have this, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you snake!" So you run this risk, right? But there will be a payoff. But is it worth it?
That's pretty.
Because people are really lax. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
True.
you're telling fucking me. You should
Yeah, I'd be
fucking
wearing
see
that
some
all
of the
the time.
subpoenas I
Right,
got.
right.
Jesus.
But you know, it's not
Wanna buy
a thing
guns?
yet. But this is a prototype for me to look at.
Yo, let me tell you this, right? Like the whole
Hold on,
like
Suarez
ramen
is-
case I've got right now.
Hold on, Suarez.
This
is calling.
motherfucker put in his
I have to
in
call
his
you back, okay?
financial that
Okay.
he took $100,000 for the shit mayor after he
Oh,
fucking
Carlin, don't
executed
leave. Are you gonna go play a
in the
different game?
bank fucking comment.
Wait, he did what?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
He exed Mickey and took $100,000 off of him at gunpoint, and he put that as his comment on his financial transaction.
Dude, that's why
Yeah.
it's so hard when like Rami's popping off and he's like, Olivia, don't even get me started with Brian Knight. And I'm like, okay, dude.
Oh yeah, this fucking dumbass. I gave him 100,000 for DT. I'm like, bruh, I'm literally giving you like a slap on the wrist. We're not even allowed to give something this
Oh, she's still overcoming.
and
Corona?
so you got nothing on me. Like, I bet. Now it's so
Oh.
bad that I have to wait for the Senate to respond.
Oh shit. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, I
fuck
don't
around, find
I don't
out,
blame her
Scale.
for being like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Yeah,
Goodbye,
you too,
Fury.
Good luck with your thing.
Yeah.
Going on patrol?
All right, I'll see you guys
yes.
later.
Thank you again, Patty. Once again, Patty comes in helping us with reason, and then nobody's gonna
didn't-
mention your
I didn't
involvement with
mention
anything ever.
Yeah.
This
when all the
entire
hits go
time.
out- When all the hits go out. they won't know.
Jesus.
Dude, all the interviews that I've been a part of, it's like, well, Copper was there, and I'm like, okay, and And they're like, that was it.
In disguise.
And I'm like,
called
okay, but
Copper.
and who?
Yeah, everybody thinks I'm you or Jenny, so I had to
Well,
have
not
adult
even
in disguise.
the thing is, both of us are there, right?
On the other side of the door for me, Copper. There you go.
Oh, the thing is that like both of us are there, and so they're like, yeah, Copper was there, Winston was there, and Jenny Hall and Bundy, and that's like it. And I'm like,
Yep.
oh my god, it's like having fan art. And there's only like, there's like 4 people in it and you can tag all of them, but they decide just to not tag you.
Yep, welcome to my
I'm like,
life.
you spent hours drawing this, drawing Patty, but you're not going to add her in the mentions of who's in the picture? Oh my god. But then a part of me is like, you know what? I want them to keep believing that Patty's not here. You'll be my shadow puppet. Okay.
I'm no one's puppet.
Okay. All right, let's leave.
Bye, guys. Be safe.
What happened in this garage?
I don't. That's a lot of tire marks.
Dude, what if we can get Patty to have my haircut and to dress like me?
We've not had a lot of officers on. Whoa, holy shit! There's a lot. Of
No, people have been around better than it has been. My car is completely destroyed just as I left it.
Well, that meeting went well.
Yeah, actually,
Might be, or you.
I mean, I think I actually have a bigger understanding of what's really going on, but that could be my part for not being around for a lot of conversations.
I mean, you didn't miss that much. I mean, look, at a certain point when...
Have a wonderful day.
Look, I'm just gonna be straight. She got in a bit of a mood and she didn't understand. Like, look, she didn't say half that shit to me the other day. The problem is, like, I don't know if she realizes that how exceptionally important it was to say exactly what Crane told her, because it's kind of like the foundation of what we're gonna do. Mostly what I heard was like, yesterday she said Crane wants us to push it. It's about the precedent, but there wasn't actually like any. It was kind of like, you know, when you're trying to explain a picture, but you only tell like certain points of it, and you're trying to like figure out what the fuck the other person's trying to say.
Well, is it?
That was yesterday's.
Could it be a case of like this picture was going above and beyond what was really going on, and it really needs to be like we have to play this out?
I mean, it's possible, but
that's,
I mean,
that's what I'm getting mostly from it, and so.
The thing is though, like, I don't know, like even yesterday I was asking questions to like understand her perspective, but I think it was being taken as like the wrong way. You know what I mean? When you're trying to, I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of variable when it comes to
individuals with Class 2s on their backs.
Like if I go to you and be like, man, I'm so fucking tired of this. Is it so fucking tired because I'm asking you to help me? Is it so tired because I believe this is going nowhere? Is it because I've exhausted all my resources? It could literally be all of those things, or none of them, or one of them, or two of them. You know what I mean? But the statement is still, I'm so fucking tired of this. It's like the whole, you know, seeing a pinhole view of the whole picture.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
I think Angel being exasperated because we need to at least have something in our hands to explore the possibility. And I guess it does require us having to throw something at the wall and see what sticks. Because right now we only have like gray matter, right? It's all just gray. It could be this, it could be that, it could be all these things all at once. But we're taking the gray matter and putting it in a cheese griddle and being like, okay, make a sandwich. And who knows? Maybe it tastes good. Who knows?
I mean, at the
Might
end of
taste
the
like
day,
shit.
I mean, at the end of the day, it can be very easily summarized. Like, there's an intent by somebody who's not deeply involved, and that makes any situation very complicated, right?
A panini of gray matter.
Like, I can kind of get some of the frustration, but I don't really give a fuck about it, because at the end of the day, look, I wasn't gonna say it, but like, if this is your baby, then fucking take care of it, right? And I don't want Suarez to be your bitch.
Yeah, my frustration is that I am 100% want to guide people when it comes to court, because I have a flag, and as much as I fucking hate the DOJ, I love court. It's fun.
Yep.
Like, DOJ is so like RNG, and it's like whatever. There's the only guarantee that I have about court is I will never be shocked. Never. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I hope that is the case.
Slow down.
I will say that I really wish I wish we had just brought in the judge and be like, yo, so like, what exactly did you say? Just so we're equipped. I hate telephone. It's kind of like my pet peeve in general.
Yeah, but I don't know if that conversation was supposed to be like a
in city or out of
larger
city
than city thing, and it was like tiptoeing on a like, well, let's.
I don't know either.
Let's just see whatever for the health of the city. Like, I don't like having those kind of conversations because they can happen somewhere else, and then I don't want to.
I agree with
like,
that.
Put Angel in a position where she's trying to creatively come up how she's gonna explain herself.
Yeah, you think that's what it was?
I don't know, but it is a possibility, and I'm willing for the benefit of the doubt.
I guess, like, I speak with Crane like a decent amount, so in my mind, I more imagine Crane. Okay, I fuck around with Crane quite a bit. Like, we fucking go hunting ghosts and shit like that. So, like, in my mind, I'm more imagining the picture. He's like, yo, I'm done with this conversation. Just bring it over there, and it's gonna be a joke.
I've seen that body cam footage.
I'm more afraid he's memeing. Wait, have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I just,
I don't think we need to be able to speak openly about things, you know what I mean, in order for things to be constructive. That's kind of my general point of things. So yeah, I don't know. Oh well. So Prism, what do you think?
Yeah,
I think that's a good fucking target.
Hey, are you HOA? You're not?
Copper.
Okay, good. Sorry. I have not looked into Prism. Prism has an investigator and SRU drivers that focus them too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So we should, if we're going in that direction, we cannot not have them in. Well, hold on, I have to hang up a sign on my house.
Just throwing my gun in here. What the fuck? This is not clean.
Here we go.
Yeah, but okay. Well, but you saying that makes me even more fucked up. Okay, listen, Copper. No, okay, never mind.
None of the thing is that any of the street.
I'm having that right side of spectrum moment.
Oh no.
This picture looks like a crayon box.
All right, we'll leave. This place is cursed. Is Brian dying?
You want to explain what just went through my mind?
Do I want to?
Sorry. So you're right. Someone in Prism does. There is an investigator for Prism. Never mind.
No, go ahead. Remember that what you just got.
We're not this disorganized, are we?
Possibly. I don't know.
Oh my god. Well, I don't know. I guess like I'm sort of thinking from like the top down. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna pretend that this other case it's meaningless. Do we? I feel like okay. From an investigative angle, we should figure out what the fuck it is that we want to do first. Get our priority out, and then come up with a game plan. And if that is, for example, let's say, going after civil asset forfeiture, or alternatively, you know, cars, like, I kind of want to know, like, what that goal is going to be. It's a little bit more difficult with SRU than a typical investigation. Let me explain, at least for myself. Well, with myself, it's like, let me paint you an example, right? I patrol, I find something, I target that thing, right? With SRU, the sort of the canvas is so wide that we could be looking into a particular crew, or we could be looking at the entire scene.
We need to define our scope.
Exactly. And I feel like without doing that, expecting there to be any sort of like positive outcome is kind of idiotic. Or foolish, or whatever, you know, adjective you want to use. Right? Because otherwise, you know, we're just going to be like, yeah. We don't want to end up like, oh God. We shouldn't end up like SCU. I'm serious. Like fucking, what are you going to fucking chase like a fucking crew for the next like 5 years? At the end of the day, right? And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong. Like, I have plenty of my, you know, people that I chase, like Dean Watson, for example. But, you know, if we're gonna make some fucking moves, we need a fucking goalpost to aim for.
Okay. I mean, you looked at the master document for Prism, right? I think with Hardcastle, if we give him a hard direction to go with what he's been working on, not like what we have right now, but what can he generate either out of this, or what can we discover? He needs a direction. He doesn't have a scope.
Yes.
And I think we can...
we might know this is this racer, that's racer, but what the fuck who gives a fuck?
That's that's basically the foundation for the argument of being like, yes, I know they're involved and here's how I'm going to articulate. That being said, this person is committing this and this is how I know it based on me knowing that it's this person and their involvement. That's the whole point. But like the thing is, okay, so the investigations for the SRU is so very primitive because prior to designating, yes, now we have investigators, unless you took it upon yourself to personally get to know a driver, we only knew them as like aliases. Like they weren't looked into. So I told all of the SRU investigators, I'm like, okay, let's start creating our database. We need to identify the people that are involved. We need to identify what they drive, who they hang out with. Where, you know, when I'm investigating a person, this is all I need to know. What is their name? What is their nickname? Who is their family? Who is their friends? Where do they work? Where do they park their cars? What cars do they have? What properties do they have keys to? Like, who are they normally with committing crime? Who are they normally with when they're not committing crime and they're just casually existing in the city? Like, I want to know the full scope of this person, right? And that's the SRU. Because they're establishing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. Listen, I'm gonna take off my filter here a little bit, Copper, because otherwise I'm not gonna. Are there actually any investigators on this that are like actually looking to work cases? And if so, who are they?
Reed, Hardcastle, look, there were a lot that I added, but most of them are SCU that want to do the paperwork and to look in it.
So, let me, because I know investigator means a lot of things, right? So let's like narrow the scope. Who are our prosecutors? And I think we need to start using that phrasing in the UPD.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring that up actually.
Yes, Tinker, how are you?
Copper, oh my god, I missed you so much.
Oh my god, me too, oh my god.
Have you missed me?
Yep.
Okay, what are you doing right now?
Hanging out with Brian.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're with Brian.
Yeah,
Brian.
we're talking investigations.
Oh, okay, got it. Well,
Yeah.
hey, Ray called me when I clocked on duty, and he has an illegal firearm on him, and he said he's at the manor right now. I'm about to go over there and arrest him. You think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Beautiful.
I mean, you have to wait for him to leave.
Yeah.
And then
Got
tail
it.
him, initiate a traffic stop.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Initiate a traffic stop. I definitely know how to do that.
And then you need to have some kind of PC. You can frisk him. Traffic stop, frisk him. And then see if
Got
he has
it.
the weapon on him. If he doesn't, you have nothing to stand on because him just saying that he has a weapon isn't enough for you to go get
Yeah,
a
no,
warrant.
I know, yeah. Well, I mean, he called me. I think he just wanted to give me a hard time to
I
remind
think
me
he
how
just wants
washed I
to
was.
bait you and fucking shoot you in the face. Okay?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
100%.
Okay,
But
well,
I'm
don't
super
do it.
gullible. I'm super gullible, you know that?
Okay, just observe him.
Uh-huh.
See if he
Observe
has
and
the class
report.
2 on him while he tries to get into his car in a location where he can't be like, oh, there's Tinker across the street. Do you get what I'm saying?
Or I could just not show up after I said I would, and he's just sitting there waiting all day and
the
wasting
point
his
of
time.
watching him is you not showing up as far as he knows. So
Oh, okay.
he comes out of the house, he doesn't have a class 2 on him, then
Yeah.
fucking move on with your life. Okay?
Absolutely.
However, if he has a class 2 on him and he gets into his car, then you immediately get on the radio while you're tailing him before you turn your lights and sirens on. Ask for backup for a comm unit that you see a class 2 and you need backup for.
Sir, can you like get out of my face? All of my business. Your breath smells like bologna and onions.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that, Copper. I'll do that. I'll do that, okay? I'm gonna get some food from Burger Shot and I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay. All right, don't die.
All right, you're amazing. I appreciate you. All
All
right,
right, bye. Tinker's gonna die.
Yeah,
But yeah,
he's an interesting one.
Designating who's gonna be the prosecutor on things should probably a common.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna talk to Crane directly. Look, tell me if I'm wrong in this thinking.
Okay.
This isn't going to be the last time that we're going to be asked questions about this.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to know exactly what it is that was said with individuals that understand how the court system works. I'm not trying to throw shade at Angel here or nothing like that. But like, I don't know how much prosecution work she's done in the past. Obviously not enough to understand some of the legal underlining questions I was bringing up because she kept getting frustrated. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying if we're getting questions sent our way, we need to know exactly what the fuck it is that the judges are saying. That's sort of my position. Because otherwise, what the hell am I going to do next time, you know, as far as is like, does this look good, right? I'm going to be like, no, it looks fucking dog shit because it's fucking against the Constitution of the United States.
I think the question
you
of
get
does
what I'm
this
saying?
look good is too loaded for me because I'm looking at spelling, punctuation, and grammatically what is going on, and can I articulate what his message is in what he's explaining, and if there's like prepositions and like action, verbs, adjectives. Like, what's happening here? What is he accusing who of? Him, her? Does him, her have a name, or do they identify as him, her? Oh my God, help!
But this even further extends into this PRISM conversation, right? So, you know, I asked the question, well, yeah, who are designated prosecutors? Because you can investigate until your, you know, face turns blue, but ultimately you need a case. And when you need a case, you need a strategy for how you present that to the judges, right? And it's usually that prosecutor, or sometimes the prosecutor and investigator, who narrows in on what information we need in order to win. And I don't want to turn this into a WL thing, because I think it's fucking dumb as shit to even bring that into a conversation. Because if you're not thinking about the fucking finish line, then you're not going to have an argument to begin with. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I was under my desk. I was listening to you. I stepped on my microphone cord.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was really scary. But yeah, exactly. It's not like a, and I was saying this before when you showed up. Like, it's not really about an L or a W. It's a question of my integrity and whether or not I can back it. If it's gonna call into question my entire existence and everything that I've ever done.
Oh my God. You know what I think? Okay, listen, filters off. I think what's actually happening is that we want to do civil asset forfeiture. I think the judges want us to push a case. So we just decided to push this one, even though this is the dumbest one to push. And I think we want to do it so badly, we're just like, fuck it, YOLO. And I don't, for the life of me, understand why the fuck we would throw Suarez under the bus for that, as opposed to just take the PRISM shit, which I think in 2 weeks we'd have a solid case. And when we push it, and this is a part of precedence, is that we make an argument that doesn't fit the books, but at least pushes towards guidelines. But unfortunately, I think what's going to happen as far as it's going to go up there, it's going to look really bad. And then the judges are hopefully going to massage us in the right direction, which isn't the best way to go about doing things. It's going to make us look like a joke, but
I love that you use that analogy. I'm going to add on to your massaging your analogy with that. I think that Crane and Angel are sitting at the clay table and they're like, I want to make a cup, but they have no clay to work with. And unfortunately, Suarez is now that clay. Did you get?
Yeah.
You were thinking what I was thinking. Like, we're gonna have like a full-on, fuck, what's his name? Lionel Richie moment.
What's that?
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, but like, the thing is that, okay, they want this to be a thing. It needs to be concrete. How do we make concrete if we don't have anything to work with, right? So we are giving them something to work with. That's it.
Okay, but let me riddle you this. If the entire point, the entire time, is the engine off?
No, hold on. I was gonna reply to read. There we go.
Why, if the point was we need to figure out civil forfeiture, why wasn't there a conversation brought up? Hey, we need a case for civil forfeiture. Who can do that?
Oh my God.
And then someone who knows how to prosecute would raise their hand and be like, hey, here are 3 cases that we can build a case with, and then bring it up there as a, why is it this? Why is it this one? You get what I'm saying?
Ow, I'm dead.
This one?
I'm dead? Yeah, I get why is it this one, but also like remember any time where we're like,
Why
hey,
Goofy and an old document?
Okay, well, there were many conversations.
But do you feel like this today?
What
still?
the fuck?
What?
Hey, where did you come from?
From the Winky. Cop, is this
What?
still your
Yeah, they're over
mood?
there. Yes.
Do you still feel like that? Why?
Because I'm a cop.
Does this make you feel better?
No, that just looks like the end of times.
Does this make you feel better?
No. Spit. Fuck you, Lando. You fucker.
I'm
You
sorry.
steal my fucking name. Sorry.
Okay, well, next time I ask you again, I hope you don't feel like despair, okay?
Thank you.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes.
It'll be fine.
Thank you. Oh my god,
Don't
thank
get
you.
shot.
Oh. All right.
Who's running SRU investigation?
Jenny heads the department, and then there are
SRU?
SRU. Myself, Snow, and Fury. Is that Reed?
I think what would be really helpful is figuring out what those objectives are, because I think
Pull it on over, sir.
What do you think?
Say that again.
Figuring out what our objectives are.
Yes. I can't tell if we're looking into these people to put them on a bounty board. I can't tell if we're going to, if it's the bounty board plus, are we trying to take their cars? Can we take, this has to happen so we can figure out whether or not we can take people's cars or put the cars in like naughty car timeout.
Yes.
Camp.
It sets the framework for what we're trying to achieve.
Yes.
Right? Even if that means we're like, okay, well, let's tackle this, you know.
Or even it could be this, where if you want a street race, I hope you weren't stupid with your finances and that those two hold hands together, because that's actual scary. It doesn't matter how many sniper rifles or bombs or submarines or just poisoned books that you can get people to touch. If we can have them be hand in hand.
Take a look at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently working on multiple steps of precedence, which is a lot of fucking work, right? It's not easy. Like, ain't nobody doing that. Like, I don't know who else wants to do that shit. But it's going to be multiple cases, right?
Mm-hmm.
We get the first step, then the second step, then the third step. So in other words, there's sort of like, you have it in your, your, it's in our foreview, we're planning for this. So when the right case comes along, we know that's the next thing we're aiming for, and we have like a real, I don't know. Look, I mean, the reality of the matter is, like, there's like probably 5 officers that understand what the fuck they're doing in court. So that's what makes this very difficult.
I don't know how to really put together like opening statements. Besides, like, you're here because you're doing fucking crime. And then in the next hour, we're going to go over all the things that prove that you just do crime and fuck you. And I'm right and you're wrong and you're stupid.
For your opening?
Yeah, that would literally be it. But I've gone to...
Yeah, but that's what you do, right?
Yeah, but I'm not very eloquent. I
don't think you gotta be. I mean,
trying.
to a degree.
Okay.
Who are our prosecutors? I think we need that, to be honest. I'm supposed to be speaking to Bass later. This goes beyond SRU at this point, right? What I'm saying. I think defining prosecutors is not a bad thing.
Police prosecutors. Wait. Before we go further, I have to call Reed because he has to contact someone and Jennings gone. Oh, fuck.
Oh my God! What if we reintroduce the DA's office?
That's what I was gonna say. So long ago, the troopers were legal advisors, and we would there would be the officer that was pressing charges, and then the troopers would show up to help them with court decorum, file things, and to basically present the case to the court. This was back when Boop and like 3 of us of high command sat down and were like, okay, we're gonna have a court, and this is what we'll do. And so that like myself and Andrews would have to wake up and be there for court hearings and organize things. We didn't actually have a docket. It was just an email. Very weird. But we should have police prosecutors.
Well, technically we're all, but I mean, I think that's what all this all this
we're
stems
talking
from, right?
we're talking about police prosecutors that are well versed in pressing a court case.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Look, prosecution is look. Look, there's like maybe 5 people I trust to actually prosecute, know what the fuck they're talking about, and go into a court case and don't come up with some kind of dumbass reason as to why they won or lost. You know what I mean? Let's be honest, 99% of court cases, whoever loses a case walks out with some idiotic opinion as to why they lost, no matter, you know, whether it's on the criminal side or the cop side. Because no one wants to fucking listen, because they don't fucking understand the law and how prosecution works or how these fucking decisions are made. If we have individuals in the department that are willing to take on cases and assist with the prosecutorial shit, that'd go a long fucking way. Like for the big shit, you know what I mean? Not the small stuff.
But the thing is that they should be there for the small stuff, so that a lot of things is they don't know that they're good at it or they enjoy it unless they try it. I mean, that goes for basically anything, right?
Well, that's why. Well, I mean, so in theory, all of us are prosecutors, right?
Yes, right.
But in reality, there's probably only 5 to 6 people that actually know what the fuck they're talking about. Which is why during even that conversation, I felt like I was having brain damage because I was making legal arguments, but it was being looked at as something else. Imagine this. Let's rewind back a year ago when we had the DA's office. You know, with what's his name? The guy who does FOIAs now.
I don't know who that is.
Wait, you do? You must know.
Hardson?
He's the guy with white hair. Oh my God! Wait, you really don't know? Hold on. He does all our FOIA. I'm looking it up. He goes by Orvin.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know. His like email address is arvinart.
Nope.
There's no way you don't know this guy. Hold on. What the fuck? There we go. John Doe.
Oh yeah, he's a cop.
Yeah, he was our DA before. You know that?
Oh yeah. Get your gun.
Wait, what?
All right, we're chill. I just someone came up here mighty fast, freaking me out.
Let's be honest. You wouldn't want them So we had the DA before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be frank. Ever since I was a cadet, we treated like the DA like trash, and vice versa. DA wouldn't talk to us. We wouldn't talk to them.
Yep.
And then the trial would come, and they'd be like looking at just random case files and coming up with a random, you know, argument.
Basically, the DA would come in to show that cops don't know how to do their jobs. And that's basically what was discovered out of the whole thing.
Exactly.
Dude. It was the best.
So, and I'm going to keep referencing like that previous conversation. That was a conversation between a DA and a technical officer where like the DA is asking, well, what do we have here? Because I need to go to court. And the cop is saying, I don't know. Just figure it out. And so what that ends up leading to is, you know, a disaster. If we had prosecutors within the police department that were asked to take on cases, and that's a keyword, right?
What the fuck am I doing?
The keyword is ask. Is, hey, here's some things we're looking to do. And then the DA then comes back to the police department, right? Or that.
Hold on.
Yep.
Hey,
oh,
Reed,
hi, Copper.
It's me, Copper. I understand that you don't have my phone number, but now you do.
Wait,
and I text you.
Reed?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Also, when I answered and said hi, I'm in a shootout.
Wait, what
I thought you were someone I was trying to scam G&E, but they wanted to meet up, so I was just making up a lie. I'm not actually in a shootout.
You are?
No, I'm not in a shootout. I swear.
Reed, do you not read 911?
Yeah, 911.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if now is not a good time.
No, it's a great time. What do you want? Now's the best time.
Okay. No, this is good enough. This is good.
This is good. So how's your day been, Copper?
Actually, maybe this isn't good.
Hey, there's a helicopter at the apartments.
Is it a cop?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not. Ooh, they're landing.
I wouldn't go near them.
Oh, is that a rocket launcher? What the fuck?
You're lying.
I gotta go, Copper.
Yep. Okay. Wait, why are you like,
Are you on the
what?
phone?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Why'd you freak out?
Because when you said Reed, I couldn't.
Oh, you thought it was officer?
I didn't
Reed?
believe for a office. Well, there's a couple reads, but like it didn't for a second even, you know, register that you might mean Reed Dankley, the guy who supposedly killed Michael Simone, but probably didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
So now it's a little bit more awkward for me to say, even though I've been saying this for 3 weeks, but nonetheless.
Right.
Just want to make that very clear every time I say that.
Sorry. Yeah, no, that you were the same when I was like, what? Norman Bones is talking to some Norman Bones where we lit him up and magnumed him and then slit his throat and threw him in the ocean.
Damn, must be conspiracy theory, man.
Dude, in my
Anyways.
phone, his name is literally Norman, quote, I'm dead, end quote, Bones. just to remind myself, this guy is dead. He is dead.
Oh my god.
We did this. Anyway.
The prosecutor DA thing. The way
Yes.
that it should work, but it's never going to happen because we're too collectively stupid to do so. I don't smoke anymore, by the way, Copper. So.
Wait. Smoke what?
Oh, weed.
Vape?
Or
Okay.
or vape. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very difficult time for you. And I'm here for
Wait,
you.
why?
I have never smoked in
No.
I am not a smoker. I never have been. But I'm very glad that you want to take this on.
Oh, I already
I'm
have.
not smiling,
It's
I'm
been
just very-
5 days, and I've noticed that when I smoked, it was like a filter. So like.
I know you're excited. I
So-
get it.
So usually what would happen is I would stop talking if I thought the other person was like a complete fucking dumbass, or I would make excuses for them or
Right.
individuals. Like, for example, let's say a cop shot someone without saying anything, right? And someone brought that up to me. I would probably make an excuse on their behalf because I knew that if I said what I actually felt, it'd be really bad.
Okay.
But now that I'm not, but my third alternative is if someone said or did something really stupid and I knew I was going to say something, I would take a hit of the vape. But now I don't have that option anymore. So now I've been extremely honest, and it's dangerous and scaring me.
Okay, this is gonna come full circle because I want to tell you I've never vaped in my life, and I'm not like a habitual weed smoker. You know, I do like CBD gummies. It's like to sleep. If the rare occurrence happens where it's like I can't get to sleep, and I'm gonna tell you, when someone does something really fucking dumb, I get very quiet, and I just let them keep talking. And I'll say something that will encourage them to keep talking. And I am stone fucking sober. So I'm sure this is gonna work out for you, but you will come back full circle to do it anyway. Because
vaping?
No.
Not
The
saying
behavior.
anything?
The behavior of thinking that you only do that because you're stoned.
Oh, no, I definitely don't say anything very often because I'm like, I don't want to piss them off outside of the city.
Right.
I mean, Copper, you know me. When I get blunt, it's like motherfucking dangerous. When I'm like, what are you fucking dumb? Fucking two-brain piece of shit? Like, bro, stop wasting
usually
my
that's,
goddamn time, Copper.
Honestly,
Jesus
that's
fucking Christ.
usually only Nino.
No, Nino. No, what? 3.0 Nino is no. Oh, hell fucking. You know how much I had to dial him back? I was getting like fucking emails. People thought like I was like actually.
Oh, you were madman?
No. Yeah, no. It's been a while.
Okay.
Wait, you think this one was bad?
No.
He's just mostly annoying nowadays. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I do agree that we need police that are very specifically articulate in the courtroom settings to be like spin up the special prosecutor thing. It's different from a prosecutor. All cops are prosecutors, right? But a special prosecutor is an officer that has experience and a very special ability to handle and manage court as a prosecutor.
Agreed. But they would need to have to be asked to do it because, and I'll tell you why. It's fucking dumb as shit when anyone's like, yo, do this for us. I don't care if it's the chief of police or the sheriff. It's fucking...
You know, I did that to you.
It's fucking brain dead to like force someone into a case without the tools because you're making them do work on your behalf and we're here for the pogs and that doesn't create pogs. So if you're making me lose pogs for your dumb shit, eat my dick. All right. You come to me because I know what the fuck I'm doing. Well, you're crashing your vehicle and you say, yo, we got this case. Do you want in? I'm like, I bet. Here's what I need. Go and get it. Otherwise, you got no case. Boom, motherfucking shakalaka. You feel me?
I'm going to tell you a story.
All right.
Once upon a time, Suarez was tasked with selecting a heavy hitter from the street racing scene and take them to court. Stop laughing, listen. And this came from Angel. She said, Copper, Fury, we need to do a takedown and it needs to be someone substantial. Suarez says, why not Goofy? I have a lot of shit on him. A week later, the MRL document happens. And it got to a point where I was like, fuck, I am so out of touch with the court because nobody takes me to court. No one challenges my charges. And for the most part, if Michael Simone was alive, yeah, we would have gone to court. Right? But it's been a long fucking time. I am not well versed. I would like to be, but I would want someone who knows what they're doing to be the one to teach me because how I learned about court was from Andrews. And my understanding of court is way too fucking real for this city. Okay?
No, it's not.
I don't know, dude. But
No,
okay, wait. This is the rest of my
that's
story.
the thing. Like, oh yeah.
Hold on, I have to go back to Elvis playing when I'm talking to you.
Wait,
Okay.
sorry.
Nothing. So, I realized that I was a bit over my head because I know this was going to go to court, and this is going to be a big deal because all street racers will end up showing up to this court case, right? And I said to Suarez immediately, we should get Knight.
And then I said, this is a dog shit court case.
No. You said yes. No. You said yes.
That's because I always say yes.
Right. But do you remember the analogy that you were giving about how fucked up that people ask people to do stuff for their court cases and they give them shit to work with? That was me. I did that to you.
No, but that's
I am
different.
your enemy.
You asked me. Yeah, but that doesn't count because like
Yes,
that's
it does.
different. Like if you're like, yo, could you help with this? That's significantly different than what, in my opinion, was happening to like Bundy and Demi, which is where it was like, yo, we want to prosecute Pred, or yo, here's a murder case. Because that's fucking stupid as shit, right? You don't want to be slinging it over. It should be the DA prosecutors like, yo, this is an interesting case. That's how an actual DA's office works. The DA, the district attorney, like has the best understanding of how and what is important for the state or the city or whatever to go after. It's not up to the police officer. And if you can't get the DA on your side, go fucking bring it to court yourself, dumbass. But like in this case, Copper, you came to me, you asked, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm down.
No,
You know
thank
what I mean?
you.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's significant.
I had a present, but I didn't realize what was inside the present was dog shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of us, I think we have to go through the motions. It's like, hey, I broke my arm and I need it fixed. But the way to fix it, we have to break your arm again and put this rod in and tubes to suck fluid out of the wound. But we have to fix the arm, we have to do all the terrible stuff. Still want the arm fixed.
Yeah, but this is like a fucking alchemist from the an alchemist from like the fucking like 1400s, you know, with the fucking beak masks, attempting to do neurological surgery on somebody. It doesn't make any fucking sense to do it this way.
I mean, a lobotomy is neurological surgery.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, I don't think they did lobotomy.
I mean, I only say that because you said like you got brain damage in that room.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because like, yeah, I did actually. Oh fuck, who the fuck is this? Oh, Dulio.
Hey, Dulio. Welcome to your ranger station. It's currently destroyed.
As I can clearly tell, yeah.
No, look at the important state pictures.
Yeah, I saw how blown up it was. I've been
See all the
checking up on
smoke?
it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Rubble.
It's got a mask on. Smart guy right there.
Yeah, COVID.
Oops.
You know the funny thing? I said for like 6 fucking weeks how important these masks are. Well, I was like, you know, I ain't going to fucking CopCon. I'm telling you, people are gonna. Like, no, man, this is night, blah 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 blah, man, blah blah blah. And now every half motherfuckers like all got COVID. Shit.
Yeah. No. See,
Yeah, but they knew what they signed up for.
I don't think I don't think a lot of them did.
And
but also,
there's that one
I hope they get
dumbass who
better.
had the huge party, and he's like, "We don't have masks over here. There's no COVID anymore because I'm fucking dumb as shit."
Hey, do you want a sip of this drink? It's really good.
You know, I just
good?
slobbered in it and put my snot in it too.
Oh, dude.
Oh god.
yeah, it was pretty rough. Not a lot of people actually wore masks. I was a little disappointed, but what else do you expect? So.
Like
That's
at
what I
the
expect, though.
convention?
Oh yeah, no, they were like, oh, mask
Shut
required.
up.
People got through the door and then just ripped off their masks. Oh yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, I mean,
me being a pussy.
okay, actually, I can't. Never mind.
Look, I'm glad people went because people need to be social. It needs to happen. It just, that's the bottom line. It's being healthy socially is very detrimental for everybody's mental and emotional health. And that is very important because if you can't do that, you can't actually like, anyway. So yes.
Yeah.
Is there a risk of you getting sick? Yes. Yes, there is a risk. Are you being accountable for yourself? Yes. You can't control other people being accountable for yourself, but at least you can make that decision, which is, do I want to go to this? And you say yes. What can I do to protect myself? I'm going to do these things.
Yeah.
And then you just do your best because you've accepted what's going to happen. But you have to, I think it's good.
Are you doing the thing where like you're making an excuse for people not wearing masks?
No.
Oh. Like, you know,
I think what she's trying to say is like, there's only so much you can do to take care of yourself. You can't force other people. Like,
I can't force people to wash their hands, but I know better than to put my mouth on a handle.
Yes.
Or share drinks.
Just for sake of, you know, making, I'm sure you guys know this, but you know, the mask isn't for your health, it's for other people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There was actually a really good analogy of like some dude. The best way they described it was pissing. If you wore pants, you would stop your piss from getting on other people. It's a really shitty analogy, but like, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think
why
some
not
people
just
don't
say
understand.
like a mask is like covering your mouth in case you
Because
sneeze, but at all times.
I don't think people realize like when you cough how big the cone is that you like spray your germs. And so the easiest way is to
And even if they
narrow
cover
it
their
down to a
mouth,
tiny little stream. Yeah,
they're using their dirty dick beaters to do it, and then they're gonna touch everything. So.
Yeah, there's nothing more. I think the only thing worse than
No, not really. We just listen to movie
into open air is
soundtracks
coughing into your
because
hands and acting like it's doing something.
it's actually the best for background
immediately turn around
music
and
for
touch a door
GTA
handle.
RP, in my opinion.
That you're just concentrating those germs onto one specific spot.
What's his fucking name? George Carlin? Stand-up comedian?
The old guy, right?
Yeah, there was this bit that he had done where he was like, you know
Didn't he get canceled?
I think he did.
Am I crazy?
But the bit was, you know, we should have like a dart gun for bad drivers. And then if a person's a bad driver, you shoot them with the dart gun. So that on the car, you see this person has a lot of shots. And this person's an idiot. They've cut them off. They've did not value their lives. So that we can point out the people that aren't valuing their fucking lives and avoid them.
Who would do that?
And I think in a roundabout way, this mask thing is the same. Because you're also going to get people that includes like people that if on that level you're not concerned for cleanliness, I guarantee you don't wash your hands after you go pee with your penis.
True.
I can connect those two. And you know what? If I'm wrong, so who fucking cares? But I know not to fucking go near you. I don't know where your hands have been.
Yeah, true.
And so what? You wash your hands. Okay. Oh, but I'm still fine and safe. I don't have your dirty dick stuff on me.
But, you know, people were looking at me like I was an alien for wearing a mask on the plane. Because that's no longer required. Like, you're already breathing recycled farts and coughs and all that shit. Why not?
Yeah, I don't understand people not having masks inside an airplane. Like, where do you think the oxygen comes from? Do you think there's a hole in the airplane where they suck air in as we're passing by?
And when you flush the toilet, you know.
Anyway,
it just gets blown out the back of the plane, right? That's why the bathrooms are at the back of the plane. how that works too, right?
They're in the center.
No.
And at the front.
No, it doesn't.
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends, but
yeah,
I don't think that's why that's that. I think it's more convenience. You know, first class gets to share it with the pilots and the.
Yeah. And if it's a big enough plane, they got one in the middle and then one at the back.
I have yet to get COVID or know anyone like even like I know like in my I don't know a lot of people with COVID like in my area.
Yeah.
But I don't know why that's the case. It's I don't know. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't, you know, it's not, you know, it's expected when you're going to like a massive convention with so many individuals that the, you know, the contraction rate's going to be through the fucking roof, especially with, you know, how easy it is to contract COVID versus, you know, other things.
Oh yeah, I mean, con flu is already a thing.
Dude,
when you throw COVID into the mix, it's bound to happen.
Ridden around enough on the BART to never touch anything ever when I'm outside my house. Even my own door, I get wash my hands as soon as I get home. But like I've crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy
stuff.
stuff.
Family the first time.
I gotta get out of here.
Okay.
I think I got it from my roommates.
Later, guys.
Bye night. Your
Hey, new
roommates?
Call of Duty's tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, the campaign.
Woo.
Yeah, 12-hour long too.
Oh yeah. No, the people I was staying with, San Diego.
Oh.
Cause like they tested positive when the day everybody left or got home, I guess. And then like 2 or 3 days later, I got it. So it was either from the plane or from them. But yeah. So unlucky, but at least it was pretty minor for me this time. So I just stayed home for a week. Didn't come into work or anything. I didn't want to get anybody sick, you know. Do we know what happened? Why did somebody bomb our ranger station?
No. We don't know why.
Don't know why, huh?
They tried to bomb Polito first too. And then they were gonna do the lighthouse. But they
Interesting.
I don't know if they were successful. I don't think we got there in enough
Random
time.
terrorism.
I don't think it's random. Terrorism in this city is never random.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go outside and pee on my car.
Oh, okay. That sounds alpha as fuck. Shit.
2 + 2 = me being a pussy.
Okay, I will be right back. 16 years.
Thank you for being you
Thank
and
you, Sheila.
making people laugh. Love the BGMBTW.
Are you laughing? I am too. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 16 years. I hope I don't get kidnapped. Okay, I will be right back. I have to pee so bad. I like that we have a conversation about people not washing their hands and being really gross. And then I'm like, in roleplay, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna pee on my car.
Okay, well,
You need a 77 Molten.
We have 4 people on scene. We should be good here. I just didn't know if it was a separate situation or not. So are we clear to get her medical then?
A firm. I was here to see if there's any additionals, and I'm not finding any.
Route to Little Soul now.
Yeah, definitely feeling it up. Okay, maybe we need a...
You got him, Gunner?
Yeah, we're good. Come down and then we're just...
Alright, coming down.
Yeah, and then do it OOC.
Medical. I'm just gonna make sure he doesn't have anything illegal on him. If he doesn't have anything illegal on him, I'm just gonna fucking cut him loose.
You still need additionals?
Negative, not at this point. We're leaving the compound now.
Did Tinker get his class 2 and not get shot down?
Can I get 2 other units? I only need 2 other units. We don't need the whole police force here. Can I get 2 other units to roll with me?
Maybe not.
441 attached.
It's in the wrong location.
Alright, you wanna continue the rest of that situation on another channel while we go back on duty on 10-8? I think the situation, I think it's just going to be seeing if anyone else is down on the scene with illegal stuff. Yeah, I mean, it could be wherever.
Essentially, the scene's code 4. If you can go back to normal duty, it's fine. We'll currently deal with this here.
Oh, channel 1 for this situation then.
Copy, channel 1.
I want to finish what I was doing for the chicken man, so it's all set up.
Dispatch 450, 41.
Oh!
Copy that, 450, monkey 10. What do you want at 2014?
Hey, Booba.
Hello.
Go to sleep.
I was, but then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send Crane an email to find out exactly what the fuck actually was said.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, this seaman's really great.
No. You didn't go off duty, did you? You good night? You got quiet. Now I'm worried about you. You think something's stupid.
Like we were on the right path of thinking.
We are?
Yeah.
Mickey
Let's just see how things happen. And then, we'll go from there.
I think he 311 that he went for.
Yes, we're so fucking smart.
Oh, okay, 10-4.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one of the paths.
Okay, so the TLDR is this. The TLDR is, yes, we are pushing we've been asking, so the TLDR is, we want to know what's going on with civil asset forfeiture.
Yes.
The courts have not seen any
they don't have any clay.
They've literally not had any cases brought before them that deal with civil asset forfeiture in this space. And so in turn, they're like, all right, well, you want this, so present us some cases so that precedents can come out. Yes. What is not true, and I think this is more due to naivety as to the legal system and laws and stuff, is that there actually is, there was like statements made, and this is, I think, where we got confused. It is not true that it was ever stated that there is no statute of limitation on civil asset forfeiture. That is not true. That was one of the things stated, and I think we both were like, wait, what? That is actually, there is no precedence for it. So ignore everything else that was said is what I'm trying to get at, is I think there may have been a misunderstanding between the conversation. You with me now?
Yes.
So like, we're the ones who have to make the argument hey, they did this a while ago. We showed a pattern. There's proof. We believe that you should still be able to do this because of X, Y, and Z reason.
We are the clay.
We are the fucking clay. Hell yeah. All right. I would tell, I'm not going to tell Suarez though, because I think he's going to blow. He's going to end up losing his mind.
Alpha 1776, right?
Yeah, I kind of want to just see how he does.
Yeah. Yep.
Fucked. Oh man, we're evil. We're all evil. Oh no.
Hold on. I'm getting some updates.
Someone's typing? Wait, what is that clip? No, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you can be flying one-handed if you're throwing cops on things.
Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of the TLDR. So one thing that he does need to understand, and at some level, I think Angel needs to understand as well. We'll see how that goes. Is that we still need to present like a legal argument, right? If we can't go in there with the stipulation that we deserve this.
The PC is why we're accusing them of this? Or why the burden of proof is on them?
That despite the underlining probable cause being outside the 60-day statute of limitation, why we believe the state should still be seizing the assets.
Mm-hmm.
So if we go up there and we're like, well, Goofy's a racer, please take this money and asset. Even the most like fresh off the street,
Back 10-8.
you know, attorney will just be like, Fourth and Fifth Amendment, game over.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
We need to say, we need to present why. We need constraints, right?
This could be the legislation that is the counter to those things. Well, according to this particular case, this is protected under this because of how their findings were, or what their findings were, and how they came about.
We need constraints, otherwise we're expecting. So what I'm trying to say is, let me paint it a different way, is that our argument right now is foolish because we are effectively making the claim that statute of limitation and either statute of limitation should not exist for probable cause, or alternatively, that the Fourth and Fifth Amendment do not exist. Neither of those is never going to fly. The moment someone applies any sort of brain cells to it. So, and given the fact that it would imply that every single asset by any criminal would be seized. Like, you know, Lang Buddha's mansion? We can take that if he got money a year ago from the vault. You get what I mean? So that's never gonna fucking fly. So instead of going down that route, you know, which doesn't make any fucking sense, what needs to be done is that some constraints need to be figured out. You know what I mean by constraint? Like,
yes,
we think in these particular cases, due to these particular things, it should be applicable, because then that's something the DOJ will be able to chew on. Right?
We got to give them clay to chew on.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Well, anyways. All right. You have a good night.
Thank you, Knight. Even though I know you're not going to actually go to sleep, you're going to be around here for another hour.
No. I got to finish up.
I get it, dude. I get it.
Finish up some recordings.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to finish up recording.
Echo
Okay.
176, latest 911.
Bye.
Echo 169.
He's gonna have one more conversation with someone else that's gonna open up like another like moment, and he's just gonna be here for like another hour.
We taking that car back to MRPD or straight to the impound?
Affirm, we're MRPD.
Radio check.
10-2.
Yeah.
I know this is super exciting. You're like, oh, hell yeah, Copper's doing reports. Ooh. Ooh-wee, ooh.
Copy that. Standing by. PD advice, please. B11, 77's channel 4, CBPI.
574 is going to be an active 80 southbound Popular with Miata occupied 2 times, requesting 77s.
976.
Continue southbound Popular. We hard 1050 still have visual. Now we 1050 again. Now we do not have visual. They're last seen southbound Popular Street, headed towards the docks, perhaps.
S plus.
It's a Miata. It's probably max of A plus, right?
Hello.
It's a little tiny convertible.
What do you want?
What was that? What color was it? Oh my! Just come and say hello. I saw you parked out.
Why are you in this area?
I think it was black and had a cow.
What?
Yeah, can I help you with something?
I came to say hello. I'm in this area because I'm HOA.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Huh?
Did you come here to shoot me for no reason? Oh. You want me to get out? Okay.
I'll have you. Oh my.
Okay.
What? What is wrong with you?
Hurry, get it over with. Come on.
What the hell?
You guys are all the same. Hurry. Hurry. I have a report to write and an investigation due. I'm trying to skip as hard as I can right now. No.
I don't fucking believe you. I'm getting out of here. This is weird. You're weird. Get out of here.
Yeah. Get lost. Sure showed him. Poor guy. Now he knows how it feels, and he doesn't even know. I don't even know if he's a part of it. Ah, giving the HOA a taste of their own medicine. It's not going to achieve anything. I think my way of having Copper being petty is so bizarre. It's like purely treating people how they treat like everybody else, and when they can't handle it, it's like, yeah, you get it. And they're like, what? The old quadruple bluff. Oh, dude. There's no... The thing is that I was so... Oh, dude. Oh. That was stupid. I'm so dumb. That poor guy. Alito. Fuck. Like, did you call for backup? Poor guy. We're just listening to creepy stuff from Blade Runner. On the first. I forgot what Stag Dancer's actual name is. It's not Keith Wonderlust. It's like... Fuck. Oh, hey, Booba.
Hi, Copper. How are you?
Good. I'm writing reports.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, what's up?
I was just wondering if you had any idea how I would go about transferring to either the Rangers or the Troopers.
You could actually talk to Clarkson and figure out what that would be. As far as the state police goes, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, I was just wondering because I don't really see myself being a part of LSPD any longer.
Oh. Well, you wait for a blood moon. And if you go on this particular hill during a blood moon, during the third or fourth
let me get a piece of
quarter
paper.
out of the year when this happens, you must eat this one herb and then stare into the blood moon and Soze will appear. And when he does, you lay on the ground and present yourself and tell them that you're interested in being a state police.
Okay, wait, what? Okay, I'm writing it. What herb am I looking for and what hill?
Find out in roleplay, dude.
All right, I will find out.
I have
roleplay.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay, I was just trying to, you know.
I literally have no idea. I think you just have to be around at the right time and then they're on duty. And then you do something miraculous where they are drawn, their attention is drawn to you. Either they're interested in your ability to be a good cop and to do things because that's it. Being a state officer is you do things.
So what you're saying is I should talk to Tessa about joining the Rangers.
Right, Clarkson or Tessa. Maybe
okay,
Ziggy.
yeah, I'll do that.
Be really good at driving, which is funny to me.
Is that a requirement?
For the Rangers?
No. For the... Oh, wait. Are you talking about the
yeah.
Rangers or the Troopers right now?
The Troopers.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a great or I'm an amazing driver, but I'm not bad. It's not something that I mean, like, I could do a lot. It's really just a matter of doing as much as I can to get better at, but I don't really have a desire.
Do you have any food allergies?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think so. I was frozen for a while.
I think you should find that out.
You think I should just go to Pillbox and say, do I have any food allergies?
Okay, hear me out. This is a little weird. I multi-box World of Warcraft raids, okay? And if you fuck up during the raid, they have you put fucked up stuff in like a blender and then eat it. And that's just for raiding, okay? Have you seen what they made Mendoza do to become a trooper? My whole point is, okay, well, same thing, but probably the most fucked up pizza you could have ever imagined. And she was sick for like a couple of weeks.
Oh, well, I have an iron stomach. I can eat anything.
Well, Soze is all about that shit still, so...
So I have to eat something disgusting?
Maybe. Maybe you don't. I mean, Carter didn't have to. But he has that presence, you know?
Yeah, he does. You're right.
And he does
He's
stuff.
Carter. Okay, I understand. I think I know what you're saying. All right, well, I'll try. I'll talk to Tessa about joining the Rangers, and if that doesn't... I mean, I have a pretty decent expectation that might go well, but... Yeah. I will continue looking for something disgusting to eat, I guess. An herb on a hill.
Oof. I don't... the bottom line, I don't know what you have to do. I really don't. sometimes we're asked who we would suggest, and that happens. But that's like not a guarantee.
Are you saying that if you're asked that, you maybe might?
Yeah, Copper, you're good, right?
You
Yeah,
said
I'm
in
good.
the
I'm
blood
just
moon
writing
I
say,
don't want to interrupt your phone call, and then it kind of
maybe say my name.
Listen, I heard that somebody said you were on drugs or something.
I'm on drugs?
Yeah. They said like there was somebody, and you were just like, "Hey, shoot me! I know that's what you're gonna do." And
I don't think you're on
concerned
drugs.
about you.
Oh,
They
the
called you, but you
HOA
didn't
rolled
pick
up on me.
Are you okay?
All right. Well, I mean, if you need help or anything, you can just push your
No,
panic. Okay.
thank you. I'm good. I live here. I'm actually a resident
your
of Mirror
house.
Park. Ew, fucking all these houses are dog shit.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll see ya. You have a good one.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I really don't know.
It's okay. I called you because you are my friend and you are also a trooper, and it would make sense for me to call you to find out if it was possible and how I would do it.
Hey, if you find out, woo.
Who's the next person I should talk to?
Soze?
I don't even think Soze knows who I am.
Well, that's your first problem.
I don't think I maybe I've met Soze once.
I think Gunnar did too, right? Yeah. Well.
So what you're saying is I need to make him know who I am.
Yep.
I think I can do that.
And then do stuff so he can see you, how good of a cop you are.
Right. Do cop things.
Or do
Or
substantial, significant cop work during your own shift time that other people's talk about you for you.
I feel like that people did that when I was a cadet, but now I'm a senior officer and now I'm kind of at the expectation that people had, or I trumped the expectation that people had for me while I was a cadet, and now people just assume that for me.
Oh.
So now I'm kind of like, well, I also was gone for a month now, so.
That's a long time. It's
Yeah,
not,
it is a
but
long time.
Here it is.
Yeah, here it's like, you're not on duty for a day and people forget who you are.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's okay. I'll do my best. I'll probably end up talking to Tessa, but I will look for Soze and tell him that I am a good cop and that I do good cop things.
Yeah.
And then maybe, who knows? Maybe I will find that herb on that hill and I will eat it.
I would not look for an herb to eat.
Oh, why? You think I will get sick?
100%.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of herbs and a lot of hills.
Right?
I probably have to do a lot of eating.
Exactly.
Where do you think it would be if it was on
I'm
a
not
hill?
going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you that because I don't want you eating random shit. The thing is, I don't even know what hill, and I don't even know what herb, and I don't know when this blood moon's going to happen. That is your quest. Good luck.
Thank you, Copper.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you too.
Oh my god, dude. I have no idea what to tell people. Whatever. Just lose an arm. Okay, I don't think I need this anymore. Like, I know this report, but I don't know why this is only a period. Is it ES? SS? Fuck. I wonder if I do have his phone number. It is Stag though. What? A semi-truck threw a grenade. This music's way too creepy for what's going on. What the fuck? The music was accurate. But what if we just play creepy shit the entire time, and then if we happen to come across creepy things, it's like, oh, it's totally connected. I don't know.
2 + 2 = me being a pussy.
Hero as.
Hey, Mezzy. Thank you for the 38 years. I thought there were talks of that happening. This music's such a mood. I don't know if we can do this one. Like, super ethereal. We're gonna do Arrival. Who's Richard Flex? Nice, dude. Nice name. Oh, he doesn't spell like this. That looks so dumb. Terrible. Can't even spell Stanley. Let's see if we actually get anything. That was easy. He doesn't even have a picture? Oops. This is all Johan Johannesson. This is the soundtrack to Arrival. Arrival, sorry. I leaned it back. Actually, let me write down the actual date. On the 4th.
Two plus two equals me being a pussy.
Heck you.
Okay, fool. Oops. I'll remember that. This shit's boring. Okay. I'm gonna end. I'm gonna have a snack. I'm gonna finish writing this up. Thank you for hanging out with me. Next one is Dune. No. We have something more and okay. Oh yeah? Bet you can't guess this one. Smartass.
Two plus two equals me being a pussy.
Hey, Frosty. These songs aren't long enough. Ugh. Yeah, it's James Howard. Okay, we're gonna go to something different, okay? Oh, you do? You know this one? Oh, Scalia, you fuck. Okay. It's so good. Thanks, JT. Okay, I'm actually gonna end. I was gonna make us listen to the soundtrack to The Conjuring, and it's not worth it. All the songs are like 10 seconds long. This one's 50 seconds. Thanks for hanging out. If you like the stream, follow the stream. Join the Discord if you guys haven't. Have a good evening. Hope your week is off to a good start. Thank you for the subs, the resubs. Prime subs.
2 + 2 = me being a pussy.
Hey, Panda.
Rock, have a good night, hero.
Thank you. You too. Thank you for the raids. Good night. Dude, fuck off. That's so toxic. Ugh. Oh my god, dude. What does this mean? Hey, Underwood.
Hey, you called me earlier? Sorry, I was in a huge chase that lasted hours.
I misdialed you. I needed to call Reed.
You needed what?
I needed to call Reed Dankleaf.
Need to call Reed?
Yeah, I already did. I accidentally called you. It was for nothing.
Oh,
it was a misdial.
okay. Yeah, I heard he killed Mick Simone.
Yes. Yes.
He killed Mick Simone?
Yes.
Damn. Should give him a medal.
Oh, I mean, you say that. That's
Chrissy
how Fred is painting the picture. I think they are, and I think Nikki S is using that as a pillar for his third election.
Oh my god.
So
okay,
nice
maybe
job,
let's maybe not do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm about to have 42, so you have a good night, Copper.
All right, good night.
Bye-bye.
This motherfucker. I have something for you. Bird doesn't know that I've been practicing for this. Fuck you, birds. Fuck you. How the fuck do I do this? This music is fucked. I mean, we have no way of actually doing that. Okay, that actually kind of sounds like me. I'm like, ah! Okay. This was supposed to be like the end. Good night. I'm gonna write this report. And then I'm just gonna run somewhere and be scared. Good night.